Close call in the Middle East. Goodbye, Frank Underwood. I'm Michael Toscano. A ballistic missile fired by Iran-backed Houthi rebels now controlling Yemen's Air Force targeted King Khalid International Airport in the Saudi Arabian capital of Riyadh and almost made it. Correspondent Tim Lister tells us Saudi Arabia's air defense system managed to shoot it down near the airport.
They tried this in May with another ballistic missile. It fell short. The targeting this time has been much more accurate. Had it not been for those Patriot missiles, the ballistic missile could have landed in or around one of the busiest airports in the Middle East.
Saudi Arabia has been leading a coalition of states against the Iran-backed Houthi rebels who toppled Yemen's government in 2015. A U.S. service member was killed in eastern Afghanistan today, the Kabul-based U.S. military not yet releasing the identity or any other details as of this hour. President Trump's next stop is Japan after making about a 9-hour flight from Hawaii, but the most important stop on his five-nation Asia tour may well be China, where Nick Robertson reports he's got a lot of work to do on the increasingly powerful President Xi.
President Trump is looking to get a stronger agreement from China to sort of force North Korea to back down on its nuclear weapons ambitions. That's a tough sell. President Trump has been very praiseworthy of President Xi, but there's been no ground given by President Xi so far.
Netflix is writing the cunning Frank Underwood character out of its hit streaming series House of Cards. That's because with only 2 episodes of the next season shot, Netflix won't work with actor Kevin Spacey anymore as he faces multiple sexual assault accusations. Chloe Moss has more.
Netflix releases this bombshell statement saying that they have cut all ties with Kevin Spacey. They're not going to move forward with their Gore film project with him anymore, and that they are not going to be involved with House of Cards if Kevin Spacey is in it.
The Gore project is a film Spacey just finished shooting for Netflix, where he plays writer Gore Vidal. I'm Michael Toscano.
It's 4:02 on 105.9 FM and AM 630 Washington's Mall WMAL. I'm Jim Bartow. Authorities say an off-duty Washington, D.C. police sergeant was fatally shot while sitting in a parked car in Baltimore, and a woman with him was injured. Baltimore police said in a statement that officers found 40-year-old Tony Anthony Mason, Jr. with gunshot wounds early Saturday morning. He died of his injuries at a hospital. The Metropolitan Police Department in Washington said Mason, a sergeant, was a 17-year veteran of the force. Public Information Officer Sean Hickman referred all further inquiries to the Baltimore police. The second victim, a 43-year-old woman, suffered a gunshot wound to her leg and was taken to a hospital. Investigators believe Mason and the woman were inside the car when an unknown suspect approached, began shooting, and then fled. A substitute teacher at a Northern Virginia school has been charged with being drunk in public after police say students found him passed out at a desk. Local media reported Friday that 24-year-old Konbe Karoma of Springfield was filling in for an art teacher who taught grades 10 through 12 at a Fairfax County public school. Fairfax County police say students noticed Karoma unresponsive and tried to wake him. Police say a school resource officer responded and determined Karoma was under the influence of alcohol. He was arrested and taken to an adult detention center. WMAL traffic and weather from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center. Checking the roads. In Beltsville on the Baltimore-Washington Parkway southbound at Powder Mill Road, that accident has been cleared. In Fairfax on eastbound 66 at the Fairfax County Parkway, watch out for a crash off on the shoulder. And in Tacoma on University Boulevard at Carroll Avenue, a water main break has the 2 right lanes blocked. Avoid the area as the intersection is blocked as well. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast. We do have a slight chance of rain this afternoon, cloudy skies, the high near 59. Rain likely tonight and areas of drizzle as well, and some overnight fog. The overnight low at 52. On Sunday, some areas of drizzle in the morning, some patchy fog, the high near 66. Right now it's 57 in Frederick, 56 in Herndon, and 57 at Reagan National Airport. I'm Jim Bartow on 105.9 FM and AM 630 Washington's Mall WMAL.
Solve the Redskins riddle to win tickets to a game this season at FedEx Field from WMAL, proud Redskins radio network affiliate. Here's the first clue. This Skins player hails from North Carolina and attended Duke. See the rest of the clues at WMAL.com/Redskins. Guess the correct Redskins player and you'll be entered to win tickets to see the Redskins take on the Minnesota Vikings. And hear every Redskins game right here on 105.9 FM and AM 630 WMAL.
Attention all authors. Page Publishing is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it published? Page Publishing will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, Apple iTunes, and other outlets. They handle all aspects of the publishing process for you. Printing, cover art, publicity, copyright, and editing. Call 800-501-3689 now for your free author submission kit. That's 800-501-3689 for your free author submission kit. Again, 800-501-3689.
At our home, winter nights are complicated. Either I end up freezing,
or I'm sweating.
Hi, I'm Missy Tannen.
And I'm Scott Tannen, founders of Boll & Branch, the world's most comfortable sheets.
And now, we've created the world's first luxury flannel bedding, available for a limited time at bollandbranch.com. Try them risk-free for 30 nights.
Go to bollandbranch.com today for $50 off your first set, plus free shipping with promo code SLEEP. Spelled B-O-L-L and branch.com. Promo code SLEEP.
One-on-One Financial Radio, Sundays from 8 to 9 a.m. here on WMAL.
Where Washington comes to talk. And AM 630.
All I can tell you is this. There was no collusion. There was no nothing. It's a disgrace, frankly, that they continue. You ought to look at Hillary Clinton, and you ought to look at the new book that was just put out by Donna Brazile, where she basically bought the DNC and she stole the election from Bernie. So that's what you ought to take a look at. I'm really not involved with the Justice Department. I'd like to let it run itself. But honestly, they should be looking at the Democrats. They should be looking at Podesta and all of that dishonesty. They should be looking at a lot of things. And a lot of people are disappointed in the Justice Department, including me.
Yes, indeed. Welcome aboard, folks. Steve Malzberg with you on this Saturday. We're live once again. You don't believe me? Watch this. I'm pinching myself. Ouch! Now, if we weren't live, could I really do that? 888-630-WMAL, 888-630-9625. That is the number for you to weigh in on this very, very busy day. I mean, it just doesn't stop. It's a news junkie's dream. It's a talk show host's dream. Although a good talk show host, can always find something to talk about and be interesting while doing so. But this is really what we're seeing now. What we're finding out, and I'm no fan of Donna Brazile, believe you me. I'm no fan of hers at all. She first denied when she was working for CNN during the campaign. Before she became interim head of the DNC, she was accused of giving questions to a town hall in advance to Hillary's campaign, to Hillary, so she could have the questions in advance. And she first denied it. She says she never sent such an email because the way they found out was WikiLeaks released all these emails. And she said, I can't find that email. So then she finally, from what I've read, and remember, she admitted, okay, all right, so I did it. So I'm no fan of Donna Brazile. However, and I believe the reason she wrote this book was to save her own, name and see her own A, if you know what I mean, cover her own, behind. But what this book is talking about, what she is claiming is, and some people believe that it's criminal. And you heard the president allude to the book and say the Justice Department should investigate it. And let me jump around, and I'm sorry, there's just so much going on. I'm going to be jumping around a little bit. There was no bigger supporter of Jeff Sessions when he was being libeled by the Democrats at his confirmation hearing and in the media. Racist, this, that, all this typical, tired old garbage that they trot out whenever they want to attack someone who's a conservative, whether they're white, black, female, Hispanic, or gay. There's always these labels they tag on to them. But I got to tell you, I'm very disappointed in Jeff Sessions. And where did I read? I go to bed real late. where was I reading last night late that Jeff Sessions, at some kind of meeting with, I don't even know who was there, but somebody relayed this, that when Sessions was asked by a congressman or urged by congressman, hey, why don't you investigate Uranium One and Hillary, he got up, he said, I've recused myself from that, and he left. He left the meeting. So who's left to appoint a special counsel or launch an investigation into Uranium One? A bunch of holdovers from the Obama Justice Department, and they're not going to do it. And the media will not talk about it. Literally. ABC, NBC, CBS, and Telemundo would not talk about the Donna Rice book. They're not talking. If you try to say something on CNN or MSNBC or any of these places about Uranium One, you're either shouted down or you're politely diverted off the topic. They will not talk about it. And this, from my layman opinion as a non-lawyer, is criminal. And we have reports that the FBI, and wasn't Mueller the head of the FBI at the time? That's why I can't fathom that Mueller is the special counsel here. Wasn't Mueller the head of the FBI? When we had all this Uranium One, what was it, 2010? Maybe he wasn't. I think he was. I could be wrong. But either way, the FBI knew about bribery and everything else surrounding quid pro quos, bribery at the time, and they didn't tell anybody. What is going on here? How is it that the only investigations we have going on are into Donald Trump, Paul Manafort, Roger Stone, and the rest? My God, even before Uranium One, even before this Donna Brazil bombshell, Hillary and Bill should have been investigated. Their whole foundation needed to be investigated. That was made clear during the campaign by Donald Trump. And I think anybody with a brain would say, oh, yes, we need to look at this. And Uranium One, some of us knew about beforehand. Not to this extent, I'll admit, but some of us knew about it and talked about it. Where is the Justice Department? Now, Donald Trump has repeatedly asked, are you happy with Jeff Sessions? Are you going to fire Jeff Sessions? And lately he's been saying, I don't know. You know what? Fire him. Fire Jeff Sessions. He's become part of the swamp. I'm very sorry to say. Because I like Jeff Sessions. And he's gotten a raw deal. And now, sir, he lied to Congress. Give me a break with this. This is what they're talking about. Did he remember a meaningless meeting that was suggested that never happened? And oh my God, that's the big investigation. Quid pro quo, Secretary of State, Uranium One, you name it. Dossier, DNC and Hillary's campaign paying for the dossier. Now you have the book, and we'll talk about the book in a second, by Donna Brazil. None of that is investigated. None of that does the media talk about. What's going on here? You know what? Where are the Republicans? Well, I know this is rhetorical in nature. I know where the Republicans are. They hope that Donald Trump gets implicated in this. They hope that Donald Trump gets caught up in this. They hope that Donald Trump and those around him, get indicted. I mean, they can't indict Donald Trump. That's a constitutional question, but you know what I mean. They're praying for it, so they're silent. They support Mueller. Oh, yes, Mueller's a great man. Oh, Mueller's a great man. Yeah, great man. We love Mueller. Great man. And not boo. Who have you heard discussing Hillary? McConnell? Ryan? They're too busy putting forth a phony tax plan, apparently, that has another bracket that was hidden that punishes millionaires, like all good Republican tax plans should have. But where is everybody? I'm getting worked up. Yeah, I'm getting worked up. Why does Hillary and Bill, why does the Democrat Party, why are they getting away with this? How about Debbie Wasserman Schultz? For crying out loud. The whole family that the Democrats employed and the computer hard drive and the thing he had access to, no investigation? Nothing? What's going on with that? What is Sessions doing? Or better yet, what is he not doing? And why is he not doing it? Does someone have something on him? Has he been told by someone? I don't even know who could tell who's above him. He's the chief law enforcement officer of the land, I guess, next to Donald Trump. And Donald Trump says, investigate. And Sessions doesn't investigate, reportedly walks out when they mention Uranium One. What is going on? Can someone tell me what is going on? Because it's not good. It's really not good. Now, let's move ahead a little bit. There's more Donna Brazile revelations from the Washington Post today. Donna Brazile, not only did she tell when she took over the DNC from Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who I don't even know how to describe how she ran the DNC. Oh my gosh. She had a Chevy Suburban. She had an entourage. She had a what do they call it? A body woman, like a body man or something that Obama had. What do they call that? Is that the correct terminology? I mean, she thought she was like president of the United States. And they had no money. So the Clintons gave the DNC all this money to prop it up on the condition that they would run everything. And Bernie Sanders got screwed. This can't be legal. Folks, can you imagine if we were finding out this week from a book by, I don't know, Reince Priebus? I'm just saying that the RNC was broke and Donald Trump funneled all money into it and said, well, I'll give you money, but the fix is in. My people get to run and approve everything. And that's how he got the nomination? You think they would talk about it on CNN? Because CNN is an Apple. Remember that. They are an Apple. You can't make this up. So now Donna Brazile says that when she was the interim head of the DNC, after she took over from Debbie Wasserman Schultz, now follow me here, she seriously thought about replacing Hillary Clinton as the nominee with Joe Biden and replacing Tim Kaine with, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Y'all ready for this? With Cory Booker. If ever there was an empty suit, please, it's Cory Booker. If ever. And he has turned so anti-Israel that America's Rabbi Shmuley, Rabbi Shmuley Boteach, who I had dinner. I had a Shabbat dinner over Rabbi Shmuley's house, I don't know, 10 years ago or more. With Cory Booker in attendance. That's how close the rabbi and Booker were. The rabbi has basically disowned Cory Booker because he's become anti-Israel. Because the Democrat Party is anti-Israel. But I digress. So she was thinking about replacing them. She said that she had the power to do this. And when did she think of doing this? Well, when Hillary started to show signs of ill health. She saw her suffering from pneumonia, supposedly, on September 9th. Then she saw her, faint on September 11th, which we all saw. And she said, this isn't good. And then she also talks about how she, while talking with 3 senior campaign officials from the Clinton staffers, Charlie Baker, Marlon Marshall, and Dennis Cheng. She felt she was being treated like a slave. Now remember, these are Clinton people. The all-inclusive, of course, unless you're in the basket full of deplorables, the all-inclusive Clinton people. They're all about inclusiveness. They love every minority, everybody, So she's told them, I'm not Patsy the Slave. A reference to some film called 12 Years a Slave. I'm not familiar with it. She wrote, y'all keep whipping me, and you never give me any money or any way to do my damn job. I'm not going to be your whipping girl. How do you like that? What Donna Brazile has done here, I think she's revealed possible criminality, and she has destroyed Debbie Wasserman Schultz and the Clintons. They are done. They are done. My son used to have a teacher. Her name was Madame Dunn. She taught French. So whenever I say to my son, you're finished, you're done, I always say, you are Madame Dunn. Hillary Clinton is Madame Dunn. Okay? So this is blockbuster stuff. And she talks about the tremendous egos of Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, how they were egomaniacs and they bankrupted the Democrat Party, the DNC. They had no money. I mean, this is huge, huge stuff. And the media doesn't want to talk about it. They couldn't care less. All right, I want to hear from you folks. 888-630-WMAL, 888-630-9625. It's Saturday. It's November 4th. We are live. We are in person. And we are on AM 630 and 105.9 FM WMAL.
Ever wonder why some real estate agents get their home sellers more money than others? Hey, it's Larry O'Connor to tell you about my realtors, Sarah and Debbie Reynolds of the Reynolds team with Keller Williams. Sarah and Debbie get their home sellers top dollar. Sarah and Debbie have 6 proprietary resources that other realtors just don't have. It's absolutely a fact that these resources net sellers more money on average when they go with the Reynolds team. Listen, it does matter to you who you hire. Making the wrong choice could cost you thousands if you don't pick up the phone and call the Reynolds team right now. Sarah and Debbie are so confident they'll sell your home, they'll guarantee it. If your home doesn't sell, Sarah and Debbie will buy it at a price acceptable to you, guaranteed in writing. If you want top dollar for the sale of your home, then I strongly recommend you call my friends Sarah and Debbie right now. 844-344-SOLD. That's 844-344-SOLD. And remember, Debbie has the buyers. That's right. Debbie has the buyers. Call today. 844-344-SOLD.
The VMI Honor Code. A cadet will not lie, cheat, steal, nor tolerate those who do. As a VMI cadet, Dr. Ralph Northam led the Honor Court to uphold that code. And Ralph Northam has led his life by it too. As an Army doctor, a pediatrician, and as Lieutenant Governor. Ed Gillespie has lived his life by different standards. Ed Gillespie is a corporate lobbyist selling out to the highest bidder. They call him Enron Ed. And Ed Gillespie has made one false attack after another. Independent voices across Virginia have called Ed Gillespie's attack ads false, fear-mongering, poisonous, and a descent into gutter tactics. The truth? In Richmond, Dr. Northam helped pass longer sentences for gang members and mandatory life sentences for violent sexual predators. Ralph Northam has lived by the VMI Honor Code. Don't tolerate Ed Gillespie's lies.
I'm Ralph Northam, candidate for governor, and this ad was paid for by Northam for Governor.
Thompson Creek Window Company has smart ways to save. Replace your old windows with new, energy-efficient Thompson Creek windows. Your home will be more comfortable this winter, and you'll save on heating bills. Mary Walter here, and you'll save even more when you buy 3 windows, get 1 free with 0-interest financing until 2019. Visit ThompsonCreek.com for details. Windows built specifically for our climate, just for your home, in their own local factory and professionally installed by experts. Thompson Creek windows are custom designed for your home. Thompson Creek Window Company has over 37 years' experience manufacturing superior windows in their local factory with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Right now is the best time to replace your windows. Trust your home to Thompson Creek. Call 855-57-CREEK. That's 855-57-CREEK now to take advantage of the November sale from Thompson Creek Window Company. It's a sweet deal.
Home, sweet Thompson Creek.
Attention, this is an investor notice. Are you interested in making some extra cash buying real estate tax liens? Then listen to this. The Government Tax Lien Network is offering a free tax lien kit, which contains 2 DVDs and a step-by-step report that'll show you how to earn guaranteed returns between 15 and 35% yearly, which is completely secured by the government. They'll even show you how to do this inside your own retirement accounts. So if you're looking to become a real estate investor without risk, then call 1-800-613-8830 now to get your free tax lien kit. Then get ready to buy tax liens for pennies on the dollar and buy houses for as low as $500, all from your home with little or no money, working only 5 to 10 hours per week. Call 800-613-8830 right now to get your free tax lien kit, plus 2 free tickets to a live training event and a free $20 Visa gift card just for attending. Call 800-613-8830. That's 800-613-8830 for your free tax lien kit now. Individual results may vary.
The President's Asia trip begins. Mornings on the Mall, Monday morning, 5 to 9 on WMAL.
I can't let you go, Tom, since you're with us, without asking if you've read Donna Brazil's piece about the DNC that's in the Politico today. Any comment at all?
Well, hey, we're moving forward. We're building, I've been asked that question a number of times since I started. And one of my goals here as the DNC chair is to make sure that the nominating process for 2020 is a process that's totally fair and transparent for everybody. That's what we're fighting for. That's what we will do. And we're going to set the primary debate schedule well in advance of when we know who the candidates will be there. We have to make sure that everything is fair and open and everybody has a fair shake. And that's what we're going to do.
No, that is wonderful. That's Tom Perez, the chairman of the DNC, who managed to speak for 40 seconds without cursing. Very good, Tom. That's very impressive. He also teaches a course, apparently, or something, or was speaking at a university and gave some erroneous information on the Electoral College, saying that it was not in the Constitution. I mean, these people just, he said those people. Democrats. And Tom Perez didn't answer the question. He was asked, and notice how it was asked. I forget. You remember who asked that question? What show he was on, Victoria? Tom Perez. If you could let me know in my headphone when you find out. Notice how they did a whole interview with Tom Perez. Says, I can't let you go without asking you this question. Really? That's a throw-in question? That's a throwaway end of interview question about Donna Brazil's book? The guy's the chairman of the DNC. And the former head of the DNC writes this book saying the whole election process, the whole nominating process was fixed. CNBC. It was CNBC. Thank you, Victoria. And that's, oh, by the way, I can't let you go. You know about this book. That should be the first question. I know it's CNBC, it's financial, but that's got to be the first question, not the last question. Oh, my goodness. And then there's, by the way, did I say welcome back, Steve Malzberg, on WMAL? We're live. It's Saturday. We're here. We're taking your phone calls, 888-630-WMAL. I'm just pumped up today. I mean, I'm like, 888-630-9625. Mark and John and Chris, hold on a second. We'll get to you. Elizabeth Warren, again, I'm no fan of hers. And by the way, it is not racist to call her Pocahontas. It is not. She, apparently, reportedly, falsely claimed Native American heritage. And reportedly, it helped her get positions, jobs, etc., through falsely claiming Native American heritage. So if you're going to falsely claim Native American heritage, aren't you the racist? So to make light of that, Trump refers to her and some others as Pocahontas. That's racist? I don't see it. But I'm not calling her that because far be it from me to ruffle anybody's feathers, you see. I'm not a feather ruffler. Anyway, so Elizabeth Warren, who, believe me, is one of the biggest hypocrites, along with Bernie Sanders. You know, she rails against flipping houses, and then reportedly you could read all these stories about her flipping houses. Please. But nonetheless, she weighed in on the nominating process for 2016 on the Democrat side, the whole thing being fixed. Listen.
This is a test for Tom Perez. And either he's going to succeed by bringing Bernie Sanders and Bernie Sanders representatives into this process, and they're going to say it's fair, it works, we all believe it, or he's going to fail. And I very much hope he succeeds. I hope for Democrats everywhere. I hope for Bernie and for all of Bernie's supporters that he's going to succeed.
Very quickly, Senator, do you agree with the notion that it was rigged?
Yes.
All right. Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren, thank you so much. Appreciate your time, Senator.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes, it was rigged. Yes. Yes. Of course it was rigged. But it's not a story. Don't mention it. I got CNN on. They're not talking about it. Nobody cares at the news outlets. They don't want to talk about it. That their party is in the toilet. All right. To the phones we go. 888-630-WMAL. Let's go to Mark in Laurel. Mark, you're first up with Steve Malzberg. Welcome aboard, sir.
Yes. Hi, Steve. Thanks for pointing this out. You know what? That is a crime of what Elizabeth Warren did. If she were really a Cherokee Indian, they could make her show her casino check. Because when you're a real Cherokee Indian, you get one. And she never did. Just like I'll bet that's why we never saw Barry Hussein Obama's college transcripts. Because I'll bet he lied and said he was born in Kenya to get...
All right, well, let me just say this, Mark. Let me just say this. I don't know anything about any casino things. I hope you're not making a...
All right, okay. I'll tell you
wait, let me be clear here. Let me just be... Wait, I'm going to let you talk. I don't know anything about a casino thing. I hope, like I said, I hope you're not being derogatory here. There's no need for that. And to Barack Obama's transcripts, here's what I do know. Barack Obama was offered $5 million by Donald Trump several years ago to simply show us his college transcripts. And the media attacked Donald Trump as a racist. How dare he? How dare he? Meanwhile, how many kids could have gotten fed or clothed or housed or benefited from Barack Obama simply saying, okay, here they are, and getting $5 million and giving it to his favorite charity?
Well, you know, I don't recall that, but I don't doubt you because you, Mr. Malzberg, tell the truth. And this town, that's dangerous. And I wanted to bring up the Bergdahl case. What is going on? Either bribery or maybe Sessions is afraid. Maybe he sees what happens to people like the guy that was the real WikiLeaks connection before they made up this bogus Russia thing, right? I mean,
well, if you're talking about Mark Rich, is it Mark Rich?
I thought his name was Adam Rich, and you know that's funny too because the name keeps changing.
No. Donna Brazil referred to him. I don't know. Was it Mark? I
thought it was Adam Rich. I've heard Adam.
No, I don't think it's Adam. No, I don't think it was Adam Rich. Anyway, Mark, I appreciate the call. Thank you very much. Sessions, I don't know if that's in his realm, but Sessions has to bring up and go after them. Have a special. Well, he won't. Apparently, he won't. He ran away from Uranium One. He left the room reportedly because he recused himself from that too. Apparently, I don't get the whole thing anymore. All right, John is in Southern Maryland. John, you're next with Steve Malzberg on WMAL.
How you doing, Steve?
Good.
Anyhow, I've been thinking the same thing the rest of y'all have, which is why, no one investigates anything when it comes to the Democratic and the Hillary. And the only thing I can come up with is it possible that Congress is exempt and said she was once in Congress, that makes her exempt. And the reason the Republican Congress won't push for it is because they're afraid that someone would turn around and investigate them. Maybe it's a precedent they don't want to set.
You mean Hillary?
Yeah, because, she was once a senator, and I think...
Well, Menendez is on trial. They went after Ted Stevens of Alaska. They put him on trial. I'm not saying the Attorney General did it. I don't know who did it. But, I mean, the sitting senators have been tried. Look... That I don't buy that. I mean, she's long gone from the Senate. These alleged crimes, if there are any, did not happen when she was senator. They happened as Secretary of State. They happened with her foundation. They happened in the campaign. So I don't see that.
Right. Okay. I'm just saying I can't come up with a reason other than that.
Yeah, well, it's very frightening. It really is, and I really think Donald Trump. It's time for Sessions to go and get someone in there who's going to be unafraid and is going to do what needs to be done, and that's it. And it's obviously not Jeff Sessions. I'm really sorry to say. Thank you, though, John. All right, Chris and Adam and Wayne and Victor, stay where you are if you want to join that illustrious list of names. 888-630-WMAL, 888-630-9625. Steve Malsberg, we're live. It's Saturday, and we're on WMAL.
Attention, D.C. area. I have students making $25,000, $50,000, even $100,000 flipping houses. Now it's your turn. Hi, I'm Nick Vertucci, founder of the NV Real Estate Academy, and I'm giving away my Fortunes and Flipping CD for free to anyone who calls now. I will show you step by step how to flip houses for big profits in just 90 days. Call now and you will also receive 4 VIP tickets to attend my free live Fortunes and Flipping event where I'm looking for a handful of people in your area to come join my team. You do not need your own money or good credit. Call right now and learn how to get in, get out, and get paid investing in your future.
Call 1-800-989-3394 to get your free Fortunes and Flipping CD. Call 800-989-3394 now, and you'll also get free VIP tickets to a live training, which includes a meal, an MP3 player, and a flash drive loaded with Nick's new exclusive tax lien investing kit. All free just for attending. Call 800-989-3394. 800-989-3394.
Autumn's in full swing and the leaves are everywhere. Have you cleaned out your gutters yet? It's a messy, dangerous job that's easy to put off, right? Hey, it's Chris Plant here for the LeafGuard Gutter System, the only one-piece covered gutter system on the market today. It's perfectly engineered to let water in and keep leaves and debris out, and best of all, LeafGuard comes with a lifetime no-clog warranty. If they ever do clog, LeafGuard will unclog them for free. I've seen firsthand how LeafGuard works, and it's an amazing product. When you put it on your home, you'll never, ever have to climb a ladder to clean your gutters again. Right now, get a $99 installation and a 40-inch smart TV with your whole home gutter purchase. Set up your in-home estimate today, and they'll also throw in a $25 gas card with your free estimate. No purchase necessary. Call 703-291-3114. That's 703-291-3114. Or visit them online at beldondc.com. That's BELDON-DC.com.
I'd like to say a few words about my old pal Tom. Tom was always dependable. If you needed to move a couch, call Tom. When tickets fell into my lap, Tom was my guy. Yeah, I miss him. And frankly, I blame myself. I mean, I was the one who told him he should be smarter about dating. I was the one who told him to call the professionals at It's Just Lunch. It's not like those internet deals, I told him. It's easy, and a real-life person matches you up with someone you'll dump your buddies for. How should I know he'd take my advice? But he did. He called It's Just Lunch, and now, well, it's all sorry, man, I've got plans. I'd love to, but got another date that night. So, yeah, nice work, It's Just Lunch. Thanks to you, it looks like I'll be resodding the yard myself next weekend.
At It's Just Lunch, they make dating fun and easy for busy singles. Take time out of your busy life and have some fun. Call or text 202-466-6699 or visit itsjustlunchdc.com. Call today and be dating tomorrow.
This is such a blow to investors. You know what, right now, breaking news, stocks all around the world, and we're waiting for the market to open in a...
It takes courage to face up to things like volatile markets, long-term concerns, and Wall Street money traps. But if you're worried, unsure, unhappy, or losing sleep about your money, give us a call today at 1-800-563-7030. Again, that's 1-800-563-7030.
At our home, winter nights are complicated. Either I end up freezing,
or I'm sweating.
Hi, I'm Missy Tannen.
And I'm Scott Tannen, founders of Boll & Branch, the world's most comfortable sheets.
And now, we've created the world's first luxury flannel bedding, available for a limited time at bollandbranch.com. Try them risk-free for 30 nights.
Go to bollandbranch.com today for $50 off your first set, plus free shipping with promo code SLEEP. Spelled B-O-L-L and branch.com. Promo code SLEEP.
Mark Levin, weekdays 6 till 9 p.m. on Washington's Mall, WMAL, where Washington comes to talk.
Well, we don't know what Bob Mueller knows. We also know that so far there has been no evidence of any kind of collusion between the Trump campaign.
Why do you keep saying that? How do you know?
Has there been any evidence? Well, we were supposed to be dealing in news here.
Bob Mueller is
speculation.
But why are you so eager to get ahead of Bob? Do you trust Bob Mueller?
I'm not going to make a judgment on Bob Mueller.
You don't know if you can trust Bob. He's the former FBI director after 9/11 who prevented it.
He will make his determination.
Yes or no? Do you trust Bob Mueller?
I would trust the process to play out the way it's meant to be played out.
Why can't you say that you trust a former FBI director who worked for Republicans and Democrats and kept this country safe after the worst terror attacks on our soil? You can't say you trust Bob Mueller?
It's not my job to come here and say.
I hope they're paying you a lot of money.
Yeah, that's what passes as a Republican on MSNBC. Welcome back to WMAL. Steve Malzberg with you. We're live and taking your phone calls at 888-630-WMAL. We're going to have a lot more of that. Nicole Wallace and The View shutting down Meghan McCain. It's outrageous. Outrageous. Oh, there Nicole Wallace was tame compared to how she freaked out on this guest talking about Uranium One. We have more sound bites on that. You'll hear that momentarily. Just crazy, crazy stuff. And that's what passes as a Republican. I got a question for you, too. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. If I am wrong, if anybody knows, please tell me. And maybe it's changed, but at least originally, Nicole Wallace's show came from New York, I believe. Again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure because I remember when Chris Christie was on that show. And long story short, Chris Christie did the show a few blocks from where I was working. And when I was going home to New Jersey at the time, Chris Christie's entourage passed me going through the Lincoln Tunnel on the way back to New Jersey. So I know that Chris Christie was doing that hit from New York, and he was in studio with Nicole Wallace and whoever else she had. So, and at that time when Chris Christie was on, the backdrop for that show on MSNBC, whatever they call it, Nicole Wallace's show, was the White House. It's as if she was in Washington. That's what you do if you have a show in Washington. You put a Washington backdrop or a live picture of the White House, whatever. You usually have what's in the background of the city that you're coming from, that you're broadcasting from. But I know for fairly certain, like almost sure, unless I'm dead wrong, that at least in the beginning, the White House was always the backdrop, and the show is coming from New York. Maybe now it's in Washington. I don't know. But what is that about? Why would you have a Washington, D.C., the White House as a backdrop if your show is coming from New York? I don't think I've ever seen that before. I don't know. Maybe I'm out of touch. Maybe, what could I tell you? But that's what passes as Republican on MSNBC. Joe Scarborough, don't even make me laugh. In my opinion, it's a clown show. It's a clown show. It really is. He makes these anything to be outrageous. And don't think it started with Trump. I believe that it started with Trump when Trump shunned them or wouldn't do an interview with them because from what I remember, they liked Trump and they had Trump on. And remember the outtake of "Don't ask me too hard a question," he said to Mika or something, and she said, "Okay." Remember that? They were buddy-buddy. And then something happened, and all of a sudden, Donald Trump is the most evil person on the face of the earth. And anything he does, if he blows his nose and puts the handkerchief in the wrong pocket afterward, he's a dictator, and he's crazy, and he's a lunatic, and he should be kicked out of office. And Mika just sits there and looks at him as he talks. Looks at him like lovingly or looks down or just it and then the cast of characters around them. It's something. It's something. Halpern, who's gone, never smiled. Never smiled. Did you ever see Mark Halpern smile? Never. I don't want to go through person by person. I really don't. But it's something else. So those are Republicans on MSNBC, by the way. Republicans. Yeah, that's CNN too. Who are we kidding? Ana Navarro? Ana Navarro? I can't. All right, to the phones. Back to the phones we go. Chris is in Woodbridge. Chris, you're next with Steve Malzberg on WMAL. Hello.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
Good. How are you, sir?
Good. I was wondering why conservatives should be upset or concerned about how the Democratic Party treated Bernie Sanders. I mean, he's an independent. if I was a Democrat, I would kind of be upset that he came into that party and tried to run. There really was just one Democrat in running, and that was Hillary Clinton. But I get the Uranium One thing. I think that should be pursued, and I think Sessions is making a mistake on that. Although I don't know what kind of attorney general the Senate would approve that's better than Jeff Sessions. But I don't know why we should be running to the defense of Bernie Sanders. I mean, he's a socialist.
Well, I'm not. Here's the thing. I couldn't care less about Bernie Sanders. I mean, he got railroaded, and he knew it at the time, I believe. He didn't say anything. He still supported Hillary when it was over. That's his own fault because, let's face it, he's got his houses. The big socialist has his houses all over the place. He doesn't care. And don't forget, there were all these reports. I don't even know the status of the investigation into his wife and him. His office when his wife took out a loan for a college and blah, 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 the whole thing. So I think that was still underway or getting underway and might still be underway. I don't care that it happened to Bernie Sanders, or I don't have sympathy for Bernie Sanders. He's a smart enough man that he knew what was going on and elected to stay silent. I just care that this is the Democrat Party. And this should be page one, headline all over the place. And my goodness, if it were Trump, like I said, if it were the RNC, that's all you'd hear. And they're as corrupt as could be. And Donna Brazile is now saying that Obama and bankrupted it, and Wasserman Schultz bankrupted it, and Hillary, the fix was in, and they had total control. This is huge, indicting news against the Democrats, and the media doesn't care. That's what I'm concerned about. Getting the message out.
People get their news from the internet these days, so.
Well, yeah. Oh, well, don't worry. They're working on stopping that too.
Oh yeah.
They're working on stopping that. Oh my goodness, Chris, thank you very much. I appreciate the call. Adam is in Stafford. Adam, you're next with Steve Malzberg on WMAL.
Hey, Steve. How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. So I need some help. We get bologna sandwich after bologna sandwich from the left, from politicians to the media, on down to from the people. And the moment you combat the bologna sandwich with facts, right, it goes from giving the bologna to attacking the person combating with facts. You're a racist, you're Islamophobe, homophobe, everything, and I'm a young guy. I'm 23, and all my social circles and people that I see, they're all liberal, and they go from spewing the baloney to spewing all this liberal hate. Especially with all this chaos from the Democrat Party right now. How do you combat, and fight back all this hate coming from the left?
All right, let me tell you, I hate to say this, I really do. But what the conclusion I've come to from dealing with people on Facebook, and from watching people and seeing you got Snoop Dogg now with a photo, an album cover or whatever they call it these days. The cover of his latest, music piece is Donald Trump laying on a slab with the toe says Trump, like a dead body. Mm-hmm. I mean, and this is fine. Nobody bats an eye. I'm telling you, there is no way to convince them. If like you said, if they're proven wrong with facts, they'll call you a hater, a bigot, a homophobe, or this or that. Basically, you're in the basket of deplorables that Hillary talked about. So you can't win with them. I believe that liberalism is, to a certain extent, a mental disorder, as you've heard before, and I believe that Trump derangement syndrome, like Bush derangement syndrome before it, is non-curable. You cannot convince those who hate the way they do on the left. You'll never win. You'll never convince, and you'll lose them as friends. So prepare yourself to lose them and go on and move on to somebody more like-minded. That's my advice.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you, Steve.
I'm sorry to say it. It breaks my heart to say it. But we are in times right now that's my only answer. Don't waste your time. It's like beating your head against the wall. You know you're right, And eventually you're going to wind up unintentionally stooping to their level or giving them ammunition because you're going to say something foolish. Don't do it. You're right. You know you're right. You know you don't have hate in your heart. You know you're only spewing the facts. You know you're not a racist. You'll never convince them. Never.
Thank you, Steve.
Nah, all right, Adam, sorry, and I hope it helps, and I hope I'm correct, but I hope I'm wrong, but you know what I mean. Anyway, thank you. All right, folks, we'll come right back. Isn't that sad, what I just said? Isn't that horrifically sad? But that's where we are. Some people, right? Is that the right song? Anyway, we're coming back, 888-630 WMAL.
Larry O'Connor here to tell you about a great opportunity that my friends Debbie and Sarah Reynolds of the Reynolds team with Keller Williams just told me about. Imagine owning or investing in your very own weekend getaway destination with sunshine, relaxation, water recreation, and spectacular views nestled along the Potomac River. Welcome to Colonial Beach luxury condominium living at its best. Conveniently located on the boardwalk in the quaint golf cart community of Colonial Beach, Colonial Beach luxury condos have the latest amenities you expect. This can be your very own getaway, plus the investment potential can be endless, such as Airbnb, a vacation rental, tax benefits, as well as a solid long-term investment. This is what you've been waiting for, Colonial Beach luxury waterfront condo living. There's a limited number of units available, so call the Reynolds team today. 844-344-SOLD. That's 844-344-SOLD, or go to colonialbeachluxury.com. That's colonialbeachluxury.com.
Ever open a kitchen cabinet and your pans fall out on the floor? Or reach for spices in the back and everything falls out? And if you're nervous about entertaining for the holidays because your countertops are in such sad shape, we can help. Whether your kitchen needs a little spruce up or a major remodel, experienced designers at Cabinet Discounters can help. Check out our website, CabinetDiscounters.com, and see photos of gorgeous projects, both big and small, including kitchens, baths, wet bars, entertainment centers, and more. Then visit one of Cabinet Discounters' 7 showrooms in Maryland and Virginia for a free consultation with an experienced designer who will get you started. Find showroom locations, hours, and phone numbers at CabinetDiscounters.com.
Check out this month's special offers and find showroom locations, hours, and phone numbers at CabinetDiscounters.com. That's CabinetDiscounters.com.
Cabinet Discounters. Great quality, great price.
If you need cash now, you need WeFixMoney.com. WeFixMoney.com could help you get up to $2,000 sometimes by tomorrow. And you don't need perfect credit. It's free to apply and available 24/7 from your computer or smartphone. Get up to $2,000 for rent, bills, child care, expenses, car repairs, or anything else. Trust WeFixMoney.com. Trust the name you know. WeFixMoney.com.
It's Larry O'Connor, and I'm here with my friend JJ, who decided after hearing me talk about EMP 180 weight loss that he was going to give it a go. So, JJ, what made you want to try EMP 180?
Well, what really pushed me over the edge was my son had to draw a picture of his family for school, and he drew, stick figures for himself, for his sister, for his mother. And for me, he drew a stick figure and then a big circle around the middle.
Oh, man.
It made me realize that I needed to be a better dad, to be a better husband, to be a better example, and to be better for myself. And so, when I heard your ads, I thought I'd give it a shot.
Amazing. So now you just got started, but how has your experience been starting the plan?
They have been really helpful with some issues I had with some medications I was taking, and they worked on that really closely with me. It's not a one-size-fits-all plan. It really is something that they work with you to customize, so it was great.
So there you have it. Do what I did, do what a lot of people are doing, and check out EMP 180 Weight Loss. EMP180weightloss.com. 2 locations, Tyson's Corner and Rockville. 855-888-0180. Schedule your consultation today.
The VMI Honor Code. A cadet will not lie, cheat, steal, nor tolerate those who do. As a VMI cadet, Dr. Ralph Northam led the Honor Court to uphold that code. And Ralph Northam has led his life by it too. As an Army doctor, a pediatrician, and as Lieutenant Governor. Ed Gillespie has lived his life by different standards. Ed Gillespie is a corporate lobbyist selling out to the highest bidder. They call him Enron Ed. And Ed Gillespie has made one false attack after another. Independent voices across Virginia have called Ed Gillespie's attack ads false, fear-mongering, poisonous, and a descent into gutter tactics. The truth? In Richmond, Dr. Northam helped pass longer sentences for gang members and mandatory life sentences for violent sexual predators. Ralph Northam has lived by the VMI Honor Code. Don't tolerate Ed Gillespie's lies.
I'm Ralph Northam, candidate for governor, and this ad was paid for by Northam for Governor.
Why have over 3 million guys switched to Harry's razors? Because we make just one perfect razor with 5 precision blades. Ding! We own the factory, cut out the middleman, and sell our blades for half of other overpriced 5-blade alternatives. Now we're dropping the half-price sound effects guy.
Wait, why?
Harry's, one perfect razor, none of the extra noise. Visit harrys.com today and use code 2424 to get a special trial offer. That's harrys.com, code 2424.
Retiring soon? Already retired? You don't want to miss the Retirement Key with Abe and Shelley Abish of Abish Financial Services, Sunday afternoons at 3 on WMAL.
Breaking news and the inside story 24/7 on Washington's Mall, WMAL, where Washington comes to talk.
All right, folks, Steve Malsberg here with you on this Saturday in D.C. and surrounding area, of course. 888-630-WMAL, 888-630-9625. Why don't you follow me on Twitter, at Steve M. Talk, at Steve M. Talk. And on Facebook, it's Steve M. Talk as well, facebook.com/Steve M. Talk. And there's even a YouTube channel, which, believe me, now that I am no longer at Newsmax, I will be fixing up that YouTube channel. There are some interesting videos there now, too. And guess what the YouTube channel is? Steve M. Talk. That's right. So go check it all out. We have 2 more hours, so don't go anywhere. Lots to talk about today. Let's get to another phone call or two before we give it to the top of the hour news. Victor in Silver Spring. Hey, Victor, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fine, Steve. And I had to kind of laugh at the last caller when he said he can't talk to liberals anymore because they accuse him of being racist, whatever. Well, I have an advantage because when somebody calls me a racist, for example, I can say, well, I can't be a racist, I'm blind. So
there
getting
you go.
to my main point.
Let me tell you something real quick. In one of my Facebook back and forths, I'm not a great speller, and I do things quickly, and so I told somebody, because they were defending Antifa, and to me that's ludicrous, insane and ludicrous. You can't condone somebody beating up somebody in the street. So at the end I said, why don't you sick Antifa on me, so something to that effect. And there was a spelling error. It was one letter instead of sick. And by the way, I know it's not S-I-C-K, it should be S-I-C, but I put S-I-C-K, or at least I thought I did. One letter in there wasn't as it should have been, and it changed the meaning of it, kind of. And so I got accused of, being sexually this and that to a woman. I said, excuse me? I said, it was one letter. I spelt it wrong. Excuse me. These they're just waiting out there, waiting. They took a screenshot of it. I mean, the left, they're just nuts.
I mean, they're waiting for their feelings to get hurt.
Yeah. I mean, anyway, go ahead. I don't want to shortchange you. Go ahead.
Okay. I was talking to my girlfriend Amy earlier today, and we were talking about the Republicans and why they're so rubber-legged. And I had to remind her back in the 90s, the Clintons had an FBI file on 900 Republicans, and she says, gee, I wonder if Jeff Sessions is on that list. And I said, well, we'll never know, I guess. But it's interesting.
Yeah, Victor, I always felt that, and I didn't even put it past possible with John Roberts. I mean, at the time when there were these crazy decisions, I know it was talked about, and I never ruled out in my mind that Obama would make it known that, or send someone something, or call them into the office and show someone an envelope, and no words had to be spoken. You think I put it past these kinds of people who do those kinds of things? No way. I think everybody's got something out there on them in this day and age where you could hack anybody, everything anybody ever wrote or thinks or said or does, or how they look at somebody. I mean, it's crazy. So I think you got a very good scenario there. Very realistic possibility, unfortunately. All right, folks, hour number 2 is next. Bo Bergdahl, what a disgrace. We'll talk about it. Do not touch that dial. WMAL.
WMAL FM Woodbridge, WMAL Washington. Hear every Redskins game on 105.9 FM en AM 630. WMAL. Accumulate.
Stream overal in huis de vetste beats uit de cloud met een nieuwe JBL-playlist. De JBL-playlist bedien je direct vanaf je telefoon of tablet. De producten van JBL zijn verkrijgbaar bij Wifi Media. Maak kennis met de toekomst op wifimedia.nl.
Station.
The China car crashing King. I'm Michael Toscano. Air Force One still heading toward Japan this hour, carrying President Trump to the start of his tour of Asian nations. North Korea will be the dominant issue, perhaps eclipsing trade. And Nick Robertson reminds us that when Trump meets with Chinese President Xi and tries to get him to put pressure on his trading partner North Korea, the American president will be going up against one of the world's most powerful leaders and toughest negotiators.
President Trump wants to get a lot out of this, improving the trade relationship as well, contentious issues in the South China Seas. The Chinese are very good at not giving any ground whatsoever.
Almost 2/3 of Puerto Rico's 3.4 million inhabitants are still without power 45 days after Hurricane Maria mangled the power grid. Correspondent Leila Santiago reports from the island where electricity isn't expected to be fully returned for months.
When you think about nearly 6 weeks without power, really the daily impact on lives here, we were just driving down the interstate and we saw people actually selling wooden washboards so that people can just wash their clothes because they haven't been able to do that with no power here.
We're still waiting for information on the identity and circumstances surrounding the death of a U.S. service member today in Afghanistan, the military now notifying next of kin. A secret FBI document on Dr. Martin Luther King among the latest batch of files released regarding the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Correspondent Kaylee Hartung reports that as late as 1968, the FBI was still trying to tarnish King's image.
There are attempts to tie him to various communist influences. There are allegations of financial improprieties at the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, the civil rights organization he led, labeling it a tax dodge.
Florida State University's Pi Kappa Phi fraternity has been suspended following the death after an off-campus house party. 20-year-old Andrew Coffey of Pompano Beach found unresponsive at a home near the campus. Tallahassee police gave him medical attention, but he died at the scene. I'm Michael Toscano.
It's 5:02 on 105.9 FM and AM 630 Washington's Mall, WMAL. I'm Jim Bartow. Authorities say an off-duty Washington, D.C. police sergeant was fatally shot while sitting in a parked car in Baltimore, and a woman with him was injured. Baltimore police said in a statement that officers found 40-year-old Tony Anthony Mason, Jr. with gunshot wounds early Saturday morning. He died of his injuries at a hospital. The Metropolitan Police Department in Washington said Mason was a 17-year veteran of the force. The second victim, a 43-year-old woman, suffered a gunshot wound to her leg and was taken to a hospital. Investigators believe Mason and the woman were inside the car when an unknown suspect approached, began shooting, and then fled. Excitement's building at the National Zoo after zookeepers learned a critically endangered gorilla is pregnant.
15-year-old western lowland gorilla Kalea is expecting a baby sometime between March and May, according to National Zoo spokesperson Jen Zun.
Scientists estimate that in the past 20 to 25 years, the number of wild western lowland gorillas has actually decreased by 60%. So this is huge that we are having a baby gorilla.
Zun says because the pregnancy is early on, Kalea could still miscarry, so
our animal care staff are cautiously optimistic that she will deliver a healthy baby.
Heather Curtis on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen has endorsed Prince George's County Executive Rashern Baker in Maryland's governor's race. Van Hollen endorsed Baker on Friday during an announcement in Landover. Van Hollen said he's known Baker for more than 25 years. He cited Baker's leadership in economic development and lowering crime in the county. WMAL traffic and weather from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center. Checking the roads. In Capitol Heights, there was some debris on the roadway that slowed traffic on 50 eastbound at Kenilworth Avenue. It's now gone. In Lorton, watch out for a crash on 95 southbound at the Lorton Road exit. The right lane is blocked. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast. Tonight we expect rain and drizzle and some patchy fog in the early morning hours. The low 52, some areas of drizzle and fog continue on Sunday, otherwise cloudy skies, and the high near 66. Right now it's 59 in Fort Washington and in Gainesville and 60 at Reagan National Airport. I'm Jim Bartow on 105.9 FM and AM 630 Washington's Mall, WMAL.
Sundays on WMAL. Starting at 5, it's VA Sunday Magazine. At 5:30, it's The Chris McKay Show. At 6, it's Savvy Investor Radio. At 6:30, Chris McKay returns. Then at 7, it's The Eric Stewart Show, pointing you home. One-on-one Financial at 8. The Wise Investor at 9. Trading Up at 10. Financial Safari at 11. Dr. Tom Roselle live at noon. The Savvy Investor Radio at 1. The Del Walmsley Show at 2. And Sunday night at 7, it's Real Estate Today on Washington's Mall, WMAL.
If you have hard water, the lime scale not only leaves white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances, costing you hundreds of dollars in energy and wear. Eliminate lime scale and other water issues like brown staining, bad odors, and lead with HydroCare water products available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to goodclearwater.com. That's goodclearwater.com.
At our home, winter nights are complicated. Either I end up freezing,
or I'm sweating.
Hi, I'm Missy Tannen.
And I'm Scott Tannen, founders of Boll & Branch, the world's most comfortable sheets.
And now, we've created the world's first luxury flannel bedding, available for a limited time at bollandbranch.com. Try them risk-free for 30 nights.
Go to bollandbranch.com today for $50 off your first set, plus free shipping with promo code SLEEP. Spelled B-O-L-L and branch.com. Promo code SLEEP.
Where Washington comes to talk.
105.9 FM.
And AM 630.
WMAL. All right, folks, hour number 2. Welcome aboard. Steve Malzberg with you on FM 105.9 and AM 630 WMAL. We're here till Larry Kudlow at 7. You know, how do you even explain this to anybody? How? Bo Bergdahl. Prosecutors wanted 14 years in prison for this, in my opinion, bum. Deserter. Who cost the lives of American soldiers because he decided to desert. They went looking for him, thought he was captured. But he left on his own. Barack Obama secures the release of this, in my opinion, bum, traitor. Holds a press conference in the Rose Garden with his parents. Gives up 5 hardened Taliban prisoners in return for this, in my opinion, bum, traitor. Susan Rice goes on national television and calls him a hero who has served honorably. And finally, the trial. And really, who would have predicted? Would you have bet? Would you have predicted, if you had to, that he would get no jail time? You had people testifying at the sentencing hearing. One soldier who was shot in the leg while looking for him, talking about his fellow soldiers who were killed, talking about a service dog, a military. I guess service dog isn't the right phraseology. It's or right label. It was a member of the military. It was a military dog that was shot in the head and killed while he was shot in the leg, while looking for the, in my opinion, bum, Bo the Bum Bergdahl. That's pretty good. And this military judge hears all this, knows all the facts, which are not in question. Bergdahl pled guilty, from what I understand, and he gets no prison time. Nothing. No prison time. What about that sailor? Remember the sailor on the nuclear sub who, as he was leaving, as his tour of duty was over, he took a couple of pictures? He got thrown in jail for a year. And I used to have Kathleen Saucier on my show all the time, where she would hold back the tears as she fought for her son's release and then pardon. I don't know. I don't think he did get the pardon yet. Means he lost his benefits, just like Bo the Bum Bergdahl. But compare what they did. There is no comparison. Compare what Hillary did. Anyway. So he's going to get a dishonorable discharge. The sentencing took minutes. The military judge is Colonel Jeffrey R. Nance of the U.S. Army. He reduced Bergdahl, who was a sergeant, reduced his rank to private, and required him to forfeit $1,000 a month of his pay for 10 months. Are you kidding me? Now, President Trump came into this sentencing, at least by the defense it came into the sentencing. When he was candidate Trump, he had called Bo Bergdahl a dirty, rotten traitor and said, you know, if this were in the olden days, you know what they would have done to him. And then when he was asked about Bergdahl in October, he said, I'm not going to talk about it. You've all heard what I have said in the past. So he did not weigh in on it as president. He weighed in on it as a presidential candidate, which he certainly is free to do. Yet I wonder what kind of role that played in the mind of the judge. And if it did, shame on the judge, not shame on Donald Trump, candidate at the time, for expressing an opinion. Didn't Barack Obama say the Cambridge police acted stupidly? Didn't Barack Obama say if I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon? So please. So Donald Trump tweeted out yesterday, the decision on Sergeant Bergdahl is a complete and total disgrace to our country and to our military. And he is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. There's no remorse on the part of Bergdahl. There's no remorse. He kind of hated the U.S. It's the impression I got from the parents, from his statements. Kind of wanted to give the Taliban a try. Now, Colonel Nance, the judge here, did not explain his reasoning for the sentence, which will be reviewed by General Robert Abrams, who convened the court-martial and has the power to lessen the punishment. Yes, he suffered enough. Give him back his rank and give him back his $1,000 a month for 10 months. This man has suffered enough. This is just insane. 5 Taliban detainees were traded for this guy in 2014. Obama was so happy with himself. Like I said, he had the parents there and had a big press event. Susan Rice said he had served with honor and distinction. Honor and distinction. Do you understand what that shows? Just how clueless and or perverted in a political sense that the Obama administration had to be. Honor and distinction? He deserted. Wow. John McCain at the time threatened to hold a hearing if Bergdahl wasn't punished. I don't know. I don't know. So the full sentence is going to be reviewed. I don't know. And they say that with the tweet, because the sentence is still facing review as I mentioned, by General Abrams and military appellate judges, Trump's post, the tweet that I just read about how it's a disgrace, may have bolstered efforts by the defense to have the sentence thrown out on appeal altogether. But he weighed in after the verdict, although it's still going to be reviewed. So, look, nothing would surprise me. If they could blame anything on Trump, and that includes the military powers that be, unfortunately, they will do it. They will do it. And Bergdahl is expected to go back to an Army base as the case goes through the appeals process. I don't get that at all. He left his base in Afghanistan June of 2009. Army investigators later said his departure was an effort to hike to a larger base and cause enough of a stir that he would get an audience with the senior officer to report what he felt were problems with his unit. Now, that's insane. If that's why you left, to go find the Taliban, so you could report problems with your unit, that's insane. But he was captured by the Taliban, spent 5 years as a prisoner, and that's it. So so the military searched for him. I'm reading now from Washington Post, and several troops were wounded. One of them, Sergeant First Class Mark Allen, was shot through the head and lost the ability to walk, talk, or take care of himself. He now has minimal consciousness. His wife Shannon testified that he's not even able to hold hands with her anymore. On a separate rescue mission, Senior Chief Petty Officer Jimmy Hatch, a Navy SEAL, suffered a leg wound, required 18 surgical procedures, ended his career. And there are claims that 6 troops died, although that's disputed by Army investigators. So, by the way, Bergdahl was promoted during captivity. How do you like that? This is a travesty of military justice. I just can't imagine how anybody serving in the military could view this and not be, if you think, if you're outraged, if I'm outraged, okay, that's one thing. But that's what these people do. That's what these people do. How on earth can they accept this? They shouldn't have to accept it. It's outrageous. It's a shame. It really is a shame. Bo Bergdahl, no jail time. Kathleen Saucier's son, a year in prison because he took a couple of pictures on a nuclear sub. Go figure. Go figure. You just can't. All right. 888-630-WMAL if you want to weigh in on this. 888-630-WMAL. There's also other things going on that I wanted to touch on. We still have plenty of time to do that. Plenty of time to do that. And one of the issues is the whole tax proposal, which we'll get to. But another one is this Los Angeles Times columnist. Did you hear about this? Hey, I mean, he's now apologized. But what he did, it's become accepted. I mean, this is another thing that wasn't a story. If you want to trash a woman, as long as she's a conservative woman, you could trash her. If you want to trash an African American, as long as he or she is conservative, you could do it. If you want to trash a gay person, make sure they're conservative, you could do it. That's where we are in this society. Women, blacks, Hispanics, gays, and certainly white males. We all know about that. It's open season on all of them. Open season on all of them. So I don't know if you heard about this, but I will tell you. I'll tell you when we come back. But it involves L.A. Times columnist David Horsey, who apologized now to Sarah Huckabee Sanders for what he said about her. We'll tell you about it. We'll take your phone calls. Lots ahead right here on the Saturday edition. Steve Malzberg on WMAL.
Hi, it's Larry O'Connor, and if you're thinking about selling your home, here's a couple of reasons why you should call my friends and my realtors, Sarah and Debbie Reynolds of the Reynolds team with Keller Williams today. It's a fact that Sarah and Debbie net their sellers $30,000 more on average. Plus, Sarah and Debbie sell their homes 3 times faster than the average agent. How do they do it? Well, Sarah and Debbie already have the buyers. They have over 5,500 ready buyers in their exclusive database looking to buy right now. In fact, many of Sarah and Debbie's homes are sold even before they hit the list date. Don't just call any realtor and risk losing thousands of dollars. Sarah and Debbie get their home sellers top dollar and will even guarantee to buy your home at a price acceptable to you. Call the only ones you need to get your home sold fast and for top dollar and start packing. Call Sarah and Debbie now, 844-344-SOLD. That's 844-344-SOLD. And remember, Debbie has the buyers. You heard me. Debbie has the buyers. Call today.
There's a lot happening every day in your neighborhood and around the world. That's why you watch ABC7's Good Morning Washington every day to find out what's new, what's now, and what's happening next. We're there for you minute by minute with breaking news, updates, and special alerts. Plus traffic and weather every 10 minutes to help you prepare and plan your day ahead. Weekdays starting at 4:25 on ABC7's Good Morning Washington, where good mornings start. 7 on your side. 4 little words that pack a big punch.
Can you get that camera out of my face?
That hold government officials accountable.
Heads will roll.
7 on your side.
Excuse me.
Alerts you to scams and protects you from rip-offs.
What about her car?
7 on your side spells bad news for the bad guys. When you have a problem that won't go away.
If I hadn't called 7 on your side, I would have still been waiting for answers.
Turn to ABC 7 News and just say the words, 7 on your side.
Attention, this is an investor notice. Are you interested in making some extra cash buying real estate tax liens? Then listen to this. The Government Tax Lien Network is offering a free tax lien kit, which contains 2 DVDs and a step-by-step report that'll show you how to earn guaranteed returns between 15 and 35% yearly, which is completely secured by the government. They'll even show you how to do this inside your own retirement accounts. So if you're looking to become a real estate investor without risk, then call 1-800-613-8830 now to get your free tax lien kit. Then get ready to buy tax liens for pennies on the dollar and buy houses for as low as $500, all from your home with little or no money, working only 5 to 10 hours per week. Call 800-613-8830 right now to get your free tax lien kit, plus 2 free tickets to a live training event and a free $20 Visa gift card just for attending. Call 800-613-8830. That's 800-613-8830 for your free tax lien kit now. Individual results may vary.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and more. For one affordable monthly plan premium, some with a $0 monthly premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the eHealth.com helpline are licensed insurance agents and are standing by to tell you more. Call 1-800-346-9922 or visit eHealth.com to see if you qualify for these benefits. Call 1-800-346-9922 or visit eHealth.com now. Call 1-800-346-9922. You must continue to pay your Medicare Part B premium. The availability of a $0 premium Medicare Advantage plan in your area is not guaranteed. Benefits, including premium, will vary based on the plan options for which you qualify.
Get 2 classic bacon, egg, and cheese croissant sandwiches for $5 at Dunkin', because 2 is better than 1. That's 2 times the cherrywood smoked bacon and flaky, buttery croissants, and they're always made to order. America runs on Dunkin'. Exclusions may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
105.9 FM and AM 630, Washington's Mall, WMAL, where Washington comes to talk.
And we are talking. 888-630-WMAL, 888-630-9625. Steve Malzberg with you on this Saturday. We are live. Okay, so this is the left at work. The same left that, criticized Melania Trump for wearing heels onto the plane. The same nonsense, the same outrageous, trashing of women and attacking women and conservatives in unprecedented fashion. And so they go after Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and they've gone after her before. Saturday Night Live has gone after her before. So Los Angeles Times columnist David Horsey, it's spelled Horsey, so we could call him Horsey if we want, but I'll go for Horsey. He apologized, isn't that nice of him, after there was a lot of pushback and backlash and all that, because he described White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders as, quote, a slight, chunky soccer mom. Did this in a column about her role in the Trump administration. So they took 2 paragraphs out of the piece that he wrote, and an apology from this guy who's a Pulitzer Prize winner, no less, is now printed above the article. A note to readers dated yesterday said the description of Sanders did not meet Time's standards and has since been removed. Isn't that lovely? In the piece, in the lead, he wrote that Sanders does not look like the kind of woman Donald Trump would choose as his chief spokesperson, adding that Trump generally exhibited a preference for sleek beauties with long legs and stiletto heels. Shocking and terrible, by the way. Terrible that a man might like something like that. That's awful. Quote, I'll continue with quotes. Trump's daughter Ivanka and wife Melania, I mean, he brings them up to talk about how she's that as examples of what he said that Trump likes and how that's not what Sanders is. By comparison, Sanders looks more like a slightly chunky soccer mom who organizes snack for the kids' games rather than the fake eyelashes and formal dresses she puts on for news briefings. Sanders seems as if she'd be more comfortable in sweats and running shoes. Well, who wouldn't be more comfortable in sweats and running shoes than a dress and makeup, and including, false eyelashes and all that? But that's not what he means. He is there to trash her, to demean her, to speak in a derogatory fashion about her looks. And it's okay. It's okay because he said, I'm sorry. Or he didn't say, I don't even see I'm sorry. Did he say I'm sorry? Let's see. The headline says, backlash ensues. It says he's apologized. Okay, I don't see the apology. I see the note to readers that says it did not meet the Times standards, and it's been removed. I'm looking for the apology. Oh, here you go. All right, it's here. I want to apologize to Times readers and to Sarah Huckabee Sanders for a description that was insensitive and failed to meet the standards of our newspaper. It also failed to meet the expectations I have for myself. It surely won't be my last mistake. It was no mistake. But this particular error will be scrupulously avoided in my future commentaries. I've removed the offending description. Isn't that lovely? First he writes it. It gets national attention. And then he's able to say, that's not an error. He wrote it. It's not like he misspelled a word with a letter. He wrote it. He read it over, and then he hit send. He meant to speak of her in the manner in which he did. But that's okay, because she's a conservative woman. So, again, as the National Organization of Women, I think the head of that group, if I remember correctly, going back 8 years. Was it 8 years? Yeah. 8 years? No. Hold it. Yeah, 8 years. When McCain ran, I think maybe 9 years now. And he picked Governor, Palin. Thank you. Pick Governor Palin, and the quote that I had heard read was, he might as well have picked a white male because she's a female conservative. So she's as bad as a white male. Don't you see how it works in liberal land, folks? Just horrible. Really horrible. But hey, not the first time they've gone after her, and it won't be the last time they go after her or other conservative women who have, who they despise. They just despise. All right, let's get to a couple of phone calls. At 888-630-WMAL, 888-630-9625. We got Bo Bergdahl. We got this. We have what we were talking about in the previous hour with Sessions and refusing to go after Uranium One and the dossier and the Clinton Clinton Foundation and Donna Rice's revelations. There's not a minute to breathe. Peter is in Leesburg. Hello, Peter. You're next here on the Steve Malzberg Show on WMAL.
Yes, sir. I was just calling, listening to the conversation there about Jeff Sessions recusing himself, and what we have to do is, I think that the House Republicans are behind this, and they want to try and get a special counsel here involved in this. And now, I don't know if Jeff Sessions is the person who needs to make this decision or who, but we need to get somebody else involved in this, and we can't let them off the hook. Pressuring Congress is one of the ways that we can hope to bring some action here. So
with regard, Peter, specifically to which scandal?
Uranium One.
Uranium One. Okay, yeah. Well, that's the easy. I mean, I know that the Congress is taking that up. And, how the FBI could have known about all of it and bribery and other kinds of things going on and not mention it, not tell anyone, not tell the Congress about it or the Justice Department about it. Or did they tell the Obama Justice Department about it? They certainly didn't tell Congress. I don't know. I don't know how they think they could get away with that, but hey, they get away with everything else.
Well, yeah, sure, they are getting away with it, but we're not going to forget it either, and it's up to and right now I don't believe it's going to be forgotten, and I think that when you have the president calling on this and the president speaking out about it, then I have to believe that something else is going to come of this, and it's just not going to be dismissed.
All right. Well, we will see, Peter. We'll see. And I hope you're right.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I want to see some kind. Who do you? The best answer. What we need is we all realize that there's wrongdoing here, but we need are answers. What are we going to do about it? And the best thing that I can think of to do about it is get somebody else in there who's going to do the job. And I don't
right, and Peter,
Jeff Sessions.
Here's the problem, Peter. Another problem. Republicans don't care. I mean, for the most part, where's the leadership? Where's the leadership going to the microphones and saying this is outrageous and spelling it out for the American people the way that we do on talk radio? Where's the phony, fake, feckless leadership of the Republican Party that would be just as happy to see Trump go down as they would to see Hillary go down? I'm telling you, that's the way it is, and that's why you're not hearing from them. Peter, thank you for the call. Let us go to Sully on line 4 in D.C. Hello, Sully. You're next on WMAL.
Hey, Steve. How are you today?
Good. Thanks for checking in, Sully.
Yeah, I'm wanting to talk about Bo Bergdahl, this situation. Everybody keeps talking about the people that died looking for him, and I think that's an element of it. But focusing on that, I think we're forgetting that Barack Obama literally tried to lie and pass him coming back to America off as a rescue mission before that got leaked by the Pentagon, that it wasn't, that it was a prisoner exchange, unverified by Congress, which is potentially could have been an impeachable crime but instead it basically got ignored. And I just want to talk about, you want to talk stealing valor, you want to talk about a president acting like he's doing something heroic. He tried to pass that off as a rescue. He said special forces rescued this guy. And then we very quickly find out, thanks to some leakers in the Pentagon, that no, it was a prisoner exchange. And now that guy has been proven that we probably shouldn't have even been looking for him since he was a deserter, and that's been proven in a military court, I think we need to look into that situation. I think there needs to be a special counsel looking into the actions of the Obama administration that led to 5 Taliban officers going overseas and us getting 1 traitor back.
Well, of course. Now, I got to be honest, I don't recall at the time that it was portrayed as a rescue mission, and then he got caught. And we found out about this.
On that one, Steve. I remember I was listening to WMAL. It was at the end of Military Appreciation Month, and I remember that was the news headline for about a day before people started screaming, right, "No, no, no."
I will certainly take your word on that. I just don't recall it. But regardless, the trading of those 5 hardened Taliban, as you said, major figures, and the celebration at the White House, and then Susan Rice saying he served with honor and valor. It's like they're living in an alternate universe, and they got away with it. And now, basically, I mean, I know, he pled guilty and all that, but the judge gave him a slap on the wrist.
Right. Well, there's one thing that I can say that I'm glad about, and that is Bo Bergdahl was never a sergeant. He was never a sergeant. Not in the United States military, maybe in the Taliban, but he was never a sergeant. So them taking those chevrons off his arms is one thing they did right. Because those
you're alluding to the fact that he was promoted while he was in captivity.
Disgusting. After he deserted, they kept raising his pay grade.
Yep, it is outrageous, and there had to be a political reason for that. Sully, thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, folks, we will continue. Hey, the boys are back in town. Yeah, they're hanging out at Dino's. Yeah, and if the boys want to fight, you better let them. We're coming back. 888-630-WMAL, 888-630-9625. Steve Malzberg with you on this Saturday.
Attention, D.C. area. I have students making $25,000, $50,000, even $100,000 flipping houses. Now it's your turn. Hi, I'm Nick Vertucci, founder of the NV Real Estate Academy, and I'm giving away my Fortunes and Flipping CD for free to anyone who calls now. I will show you step-by-step how to flip houses for big profits in just 90 days. Call now and you will also receive 4 VIP tickets to attend my free live Fortunes and Flipping event where I'm looking for a handful of people in your area to come join my team. You do not need your own money or good credit. Call right now and learn how to get in, get out, and get paid investing in your future.
Call 1-800-989-3394 to get your free Fortunes and Flipping CD. Call 800-989-3394 now, and you'll also get free VIP tickets to a live training, which includes a meal, an MP3 player, and a flash drive loaded with Nick's new exclusive tax lien investing kit. All free just for attending. Call 800-989-3394. 800-989-3394.
Hey, you know that big credit bureau data breach that made the news recently? It may cause you some concern. Are you worried that you're one of the 145 million people whose identity may have been compromised? Freezing your credit may not be enough, folks. That doesn't prevent your personal information from being sold on the dark web. But LifeLock can help. They will monitor your personal information and alert you to suspicious activity. If you have a problem with identity theft, one of their U.S.-based restoration specialists will work to fix it. Now, of course, no one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock's the best at it. Call 800-440-4833 or go to LifeLock.com right now, and you can save 10% off if you use the promo code RUSH. That's 800-440-4833 or LifeLock.com. Make sure to use the promo code RUSH.
Thompson Creek Window Company has smart ways to save. Replace your old windows with new, energy-efficient Thompson Creek windows. Your home will be more comfortable this winter, and you'll save on heating bills. Mary Walter here, and you'll save even more when you buy 3 windows, get 1 free with 0 interest financing until 2019. Visit ThompsonCreek.com for details. Windows built specifically for our climate, just for your home, in their own local factory and professionally installed by experts. Thompson Creek windows are custom designed for your home. Thompson Creek Window Company has over 37 years experience manufacturing superior windows in their local factory with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Right now is the best time to replace your windows. Trust your home to Thompson Creek. Call 855-57-CREEK. That's 855-57-CREEK now to take advantage of the November sale from Thompson Creek Window Company. It's a sweet deal.
Home sweet Thompson Creek.
The clock is ticking. Every day you put off buying life insurance can cost you big time. The older you get, the more you'll have to pay. And a sudden accident or unexpected illness could cause your rates to skyrocket or even make you uninsurable. Beat the clock. Call Select Quote now. No hassle, no obligation. In minutes, you'll have a choice of your best rates from up to 10 highly rated life insurance companies. Richard, 40 years old, takes meds to control his cholesterol. Still, Select Quote got him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $25 a month. Under $1 a day. Don't risk your family security another minute. Get your free quote now. Just call 800-280-8787. That's 800-280-8787. 800-280-8787. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Or price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Monday on the Chris Plant Show, President Trump dials up the heat on the Justice Department to go after Hillary Clinton. Here we go, 9 a.m. on WMAL.
All right. Thank you, Chris, and welcome back, Steve Malzberg, 888-630-WMAL. I want to get to, actually, when I said, this is to Jeff, 4567-8910. Okay, 4567-8910. Okay. Let's go to Michael in Woodbridge before we move along. Hello, Michael. You're next, sir. Thanks for weighing in.
Yes, Steve. This is the result of 50 years of the left beating apart the government that they so much rely and depend upon. You've got Hillary Clinton walking around after violating the Espionage Act at least 1,000 times, and the FBI director excuses her, which is not his task or his job. And then you've got a self-described and self-admitted deserter who ends up getting promoted in absentia while the former president was executing American citizens on foreign soil without a trial in absentia, all of which has resulted in my inability to have any faith in my government agencies anymore. If I had a child who approached me about going in the military today, as a veteran, I would have to say no.
Well, who was getting executed overseas without a trial? I'm confused.
We had American citizens that were being hit with Hellfire missiles and stuff under Obama, and
American citizens you mean people who had gone over and joined ISIS?
Yeah, they joined ISIS or whatever else.
Oh, well then you know what? Well, that's hardly they joined ISIS. That's members of ISIS. I don't care if they had been American citizens. You go join ISIS. To me, you're not an American citizen anymore.
Except that under constitutional provisions, they had the right to be represented in some fashion.
Not if they're declared an enemy combatant and this is okayed by the president. I'm no fan of Obama, but if somebody goes and joins ISIS, they're not going to get an attorney and have their Miranda rights read to them. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not looking for Miranda rights. I'm looking for a legal process that I can then count on to protect me if I end up in the middle of some sandstorm somewhere in the Middle East and somebody says I joined ISIS.
Look, I first of all, I'd like to see a list of these people. Secondly, if they're members of ISIS, I mean, so is there anybody now questioning? Are there family members now? Again, I don't know of any of these people, but are there people who came forward and said, "Oh, they weren't a member of ISIS. They were just caught in a sandstorm"? I mean, or is that just a scenario you'd like to prevent?
That I suspect that they were all ISIS members. However, there is a legal process, and that's what I'm saying. We are degrading the legal process to such a point that I no longer have faith in legal processes.
Well, let me tell you something, Michael. Then don't go over to where ISIS is and be in the sand with them and be caught in a sandstorm. All right, that's my advice to you.
My better bet is to desert. My better bet is to desert, get a promotion, and then not do a day of jail time. You're focusing on ISIS, Steve. That's not the focus.
But you're blasting Obama for you say killing American citizens with Hellfire missiles without a trial, and you neglect to mention
constitutional law. And that
if they're declared an enemy combatant, they could be blown away.
Show me the declaration.
All right, I don't have the declaration, but I have no problem with it. And Michael, I appreciate the call. Thank you very much. I mean, look. We do need protections, absolutely. And, if Hillary were president, I would say we need all the protections we could get on every level to protect our freedom of speech, to protect our rights to bear arms, everything, and to be protected from her coming after us, like the IRS did to conservative groups, as we now know, and they've been fined or whatever they haven't been fined. These groups have gotten financial restitution, yet the IRS and Lois Lerner got away with it. So I understand that. But if someone goes over to ISIS, an American citizen goes over to join ISIS, I have no problem with them being blown away with the rest of the ISIS members that they're surrounded with. I'm sorry. What are we going to do? Send a lawyer into them? I mean, what do you mean? It's our duty to go in and risk American lives to capture them and then bring them home and give them a lawyer? You're not going to get a lawyer to go over there. I mean, how are you going to get a lawyer to these people? What does that mean? So, whatever. I don't want to get sidetracked on all that. All right, there's so much that I want to get in the remainder of this show. But let me start with this. I teased you earlier with a little Nicole Wallace, who passes for a Republican on MSNBC. So here they're talking about Uranium One, okay, with their guest, who's saying, I don't trust Mueller and all that. So let's skip 4. We already did 4. So let's go to 5. Listen to the outrage of Nicole Wallace at what this man is saying. Go to 5.
I want to address something very directly that Mark said about that there's no evidence of collusion, and of course that's not true. The chairman of the campaign, now under indictment, Paul Manafort,
for nothing that had anything to do
Donald
with
Trump Jr.
That was back
and Jared Kushner. Don't interrupt me. I'm talking.
Mark, let's see.
Donald Trump Jr. met at the invitation of Russian nationals in an email that was titled, essentially from the Russian government to get dirt on the Democratic nominee for President of the United States.
And Hillary Clinton.
From the vice president.
Hang on, Mark. We'll let you respond.
Okay, by the way, that's Steve Schmidt. I think he ran McCain's campaign, and we all remember how successful that was. He also passes for a Republican on MSNBC. It is disgusting. So he's blasting this guy, Mark, who's trying to get a word in edgewise. Here's cut 6.
It started with the Clinton campaign paying hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, to Fusion GPS, which went out and hired a foreign operative who, Brian Fallon, Hillary Clinton's former spokesperson, said, I would have gone out and helped him if I could have. They went on and then worked with Kremlin-tied connections to provide misinformation about the then candidate, later president-elect of the United States.
Okay, so he's making his point. Listen now to Nicole Wallace, again, passing as a Republican on MSNBC.
And to make matters worse, the Hillary Clinton campaign, through their operatives, peddled this trash.
Mark,
to the American people, starting last
summer. Mark, hey. Mark, I will call some friends over at Fox and try to get you a booking, but we're not going to peddle. That's not true. And all we're asking you, listen, we appreciate that you come here and speak on behalf of Donald Trump, but why can't you say that we don't know we know there was attempted collusion. If it's not a crime, why are you so defensive about it?
Well, I'm not being defensive.
You are madly defensive. You're about to jump through the camera and punch Steve
when I get called,
I'll send an email over to friends at Fox and you can peddle your propaganda there.
Wow. That's not true. Why don't you go to Fox and peddle your propaganda there? Everything he said was true. They don't want to talk about it. They will not talk about it. And they're not alone. Meghan McCain talking about the dossier after Sonny Hostin and the gals of The View proudly displayed a copy of the indictment of Paul Manafort, and they were just beside themselves. Oh, they couldn't. They were so giddy, so giddy, so giddy. And by the way, how does Nicole Wallace know there was collusion? Where's evidence of collusion? This whole investigation's been about collusion. We've not seen one shred of evidence about collusion. But Nicole Wallace says there is collusion. All right, so let's go to the View. Meghan McCain, again, the lone Republican on the panel there. She's new. They replaced the other lone Republican who went after Hillary during that book interview, and she got bounced. I don't know if that's why she got bounced. So listen to cut 8.
You know what's also a fact is that it came out last week that the DNC and Hillary Clinton has ties through this Fusion GPS Oppo research group, and they also paid money to get this Russian dossier. Now, I'm not saying I don't like the term.
Isn't that normal to have opposition research?
It's not through the Russian Russian operatives, which Hillary Clinton did as well.
It's not that it traces to Trump, but I'm saying I always had a problem with the fact that there was a crazy amount of ties.
But this is the ultimate breakdown of democracy and the humor and levity surrounding it on both sides.
Okay, so she's saying that it's both sides. She points out the Russian dossier. She points out the connection with the Clinton and the DNC. Here's cut 9.
Wait. Let's not talk about both sides.
Can I please finish?
Well, no. Let's not talk about both sides. Let's talk about what's happening today.
And the dossier. Hillary
Clinton is not the president, and Hillary Clinton wasn't just indicted.
I'm trying to give you guys insight because I actually know a lot
about Paul Manafort. We don't need insight into Hillary Clinton.
Let her talk.
Okay, you don't need any insight from me.
That Sonny Hostin is really full of herself. She was full of herself on CNN, but she's really become full of herself on The View. So you see how they're shouting her down. We don't need insight on Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's not the president. Shut up about Hillary Clinton. Here's cut 10.
We don't know what we don't know at this point, but to sort of like poo-poo the idea that the DNC is now also attached to this Russian dossier is what makes Republicans' head go crazy. I'm not saying
but it's a
President Trump. I'm not saying President Trump
Meghan. And also, can I just say a couple?
Why are we even talking about the DNC? Why are we talking about Hillary? Why aren't we talking about the two people who were indicted today?
She did the same thing. You're vilifying them over.
Listen. You know what really bothers me? 75% of the Republicans in this country do not think it's a big deal that the Russians invaded our country through cyber attacks.
You know what? President Obama told Mitt Romney that it was a 1980s foreign policy, and the 2012 Republican
President Obama wasn't indicted today.
Democrats didn't take this seriously.
So Sonny Hostin doesn't think it's relevant to talk about anything that Obama ever did with Russia, Hillary is done with Russia, the DNC is done with Russia, because they weren't indicted today. So they're shouting her down, the lone voice, and they laugh at her. That's how disgusting it is. That's the state of today's media. All right, one more segment in this hour. 888-630-WMAL. We got John and Fortune and Dave. When we return, don't touch anything.
Ever open a kitchen cabinet and your pans fall out on the floor? Or reach for spices in the back and everything falls out? And if you're nervous about entertaining for the holidays because your countertops are in such sad shape, we can help. Whether your kitchen needs a little spruce up or a major remodel, experienced designers at Cabinet Discounters can help. Check out our website, CabinetDiscounters.com, and see photos of gorgeous projects, both big and small, including kitchens, baths, wet bars, entertainment centers, and more. Then visit one of Cabinet Discounters' 7 showrooms in Maryland and Virginia for a free consultation with an experienced designer who will get you started. Find showroom locations, hours, and phone numbers at CabinetDiscounters.com.
Check out this month's special offers and find showroom locations, hours, and phone numbers at CabinetDiscounters.com. That's CabinetDiscounters.com.
Cabinet Discounters. Great quality, great price.
Meet Abe and Shelley Abish of Abish Financial Services.
You want to take emotions out of your retirement planning decisions.
Everyone's always trying to predict what's going to happen, and they make decisions accordingly. We try to encourage folks to have a plan that's more grounded in what's going on in their life and in their goals, not basing anything on the political arena or anything else that they can't really control.
That's what we should really take ownership of.
Join them Sunday afternoons at 3, right here on WMAL. More details at retirementkeyradio.com.
Why have over 3 million guys switched to Harry's razors? Because we make just one perfect razor with 5 precision blades. Ding! We own the factory, cut out the middleman, and sell our blades for half of other overpriced 5-blade alternatives. Now we're dropping the half-price sound effects guy.
Wait, why?
Harry's, one perfect razor, none of the extra noise. Visit harrys.com today and use code 2424 to get a special trial offer. That's harrys.com, code 2424.
Autumn's in full swing and the leaves are everywhere. Have you cleaned out your gutters yet? It's a messy, dangerous job that's easy to put off, right? Hey, it's Chris Plant here for the Leaf Guard Gutter System, the only one-piece covered gutter system on the market today. It's perfectly engineered to let water in and keep leaves and debris out, and best of all, Leaf Guard comes with a lifetime no-clog warranty. If they ever do clog, Leaf Guard will unclog them for free. I've seen firsthand how Leaf Guard works, and it's an amazing product. When you put it on your home, you'll never, ever have to climb a ladder to clean your gutters again. Right now, get a $99 installation and a 40-inch smart TV with your whole home gutter purchase. Set up your in-home estimate today, and they'll also throw in a $25 gas card with your free estimate. No purchase necessary. Call 703-291-3114. That's 703-291-3114. Or visit them online at beldondc.com. That's BELDON-DC.com.
Attention, this is an investor notice. Are you interested in making some extra cash buying real estate tax liens? Then listen to this. The Government Tax Lien Network is offering a free tax lien kit, which contains 2 DVDs and a step-by-step report that'll show you how to earn guaranteed returns between 15 and 35% yearly, which is completely secured by the government. They'll even show you how to do this inside your own retirement accounts. So if you're looking to become a real estate investor without risk, then call 1-800-613-8830 now to get your free tax lien kit. Then get ready to buy tax liens for pennies on the dollar and buy houses for as low as $500, all from your home with little or no money, working only 5 to 10 hours per week. Call 800-613-8830 right now to get your free tax lien kit, plus 2 free tickets to a live training event and a free $20 Visa gift card just for attending. Call 800-613-8830. That's 800-613-8830 for your free tax lien kit now. Individual results may vary.
The VMI Honor Code. A cadet will not lie, cheat, steal, nor tolerate those who do. As a VMI cadet, Dr. Ralph Northam led the Honor Court to uphold that code. And Ralph Northam has led his life by it too. As an Army doctor, a pediatrician, and as Lieutenant Governor. Ed Gillespie has lived his life by different standards. Ed Gillespie is a corporate lobbyist selling out to the highest bidder. They call him Enron Ed. And Ed Gillespie has made one false attack after another. Independent voices across Virginia have called Ed Gillespie's attack ads false, fear-mongering, poisonous, and a descent into gutter tactics. The truth? In Richmond, Dr. Northam helped pass longer sentences for gang members and mandatory life sentences for violent sexual predators. Ralph Northam has lived by the VMI Honor Code. Don't tolerate Ed Gillespie's lies.
I'm Ralph Northam, candidate for governor, and this ad was paid for by Northam for Governor.
Stop clicking around this fall and start actually clicking with other people. Call or text the dating experts at 202-466-6699 or visit itsjustlunchdc.com.
Rush Limbaugh, weekdays noon to 3 on Washington's Mall, WMAL, where Washington comes to talk.
You know, I was telling Jeff during the break to turn his clock ahead tonight at 2 a.m. or before he goes to sleep. I said the rest of the world will be turning the clock back, but we want him to turn it ahead. Anyway, yeah, Steve Ballsberg here on WMAL. Don't forget, turn your clock back, fall back tonight. So when you go to bed, it's an hour earlier. You go to bed at 1, you make it 12. You go to bed at 2, you make it 1. Got that? All right. But what if I go to bed at 11:30? Well, then I can't help you. John is in Virginia. John, we got about a minute. Go, sir.
Thank you very much. I love your show.
Thank you.
As per the previous caller, there's a SR law. It's very old. It's from the 1930s when Americans went to fight in the Spanish Civil War. The law says this: an American national who goes to a foreign country to fight in their military, if they go against the interests of the United States of America, the commander-in-chief can kill them. That's the law.
Yeah. Good. You see, that's what I love about the WMAL audience, where we are. We're in Washington, and we have so many people who have worked in the government, are working in the government, studied the government, and know their stuff inside out, and can give us stuff like that. Yeah, and, it just makes sense. I mean, how does this man – and I'm not taking the caller to task, but how do you propose we get this guy a lawyer? I mean, what does that mean, get him a lawyer?
How many men have to go to Pakistan and pick him up?
Yeah, right. We'll go walk into an ISIS trap to get this guy. Anyway, thank you very much for the info, John. All right, when we come back, we'll talk a little taxes, and we'll hear some more unbelievable sound from the very biased, very pathetic Keith Olbermann, by the way, rearing his ugly head. And that's right. On WMAL, see you in a few.
WMAL-FM Woodbridge, WMAL Washington.
Hear every Redskins game on 105.9 FM and AM 630. WMAL, a Cumulus station. New.
Bij Jumbo ben je altijd minder kwijt voor kwaliteit.
Vertel.
Zo betaal je voor 250 gram Chroma bak en braad maar €1,29.
Ja?
En kost de lekkerste Jumbo halfvolle chocolademelk maar 79 cent voor 1 liter.
Oh, en brood?
Een vers gebakken wit stokbrood voor maar 89 cent.
In de aanbieding?
Nee, altijd laag.
Oh.
En dat geldt voor al je dagelijkse boodschappen. Altijd voor een lage prijs. Check ze op jumbo.com.
If it's Sunday, it must be Japan. I'm Michael Toscano. It's almost dawn Sunday in Japan, with President Trump soon to arrive to kick off his five-nation Asian tour. Correspondent Nick Robertson trying to keep up.
President Trump will begin in Tokyo in Japan. He'll meet with Prime Minister Abe before going on to Seoul in South Korea. He'll then go on to China, to Beijing, then on to Vietnam, and then from there to the Philippines.
Correspondent Ryan Noble's telling us Trump's going to try personal diplomacy to rally those nations against North Korea.
What the White House hopes the president can accomplish over these 12 days. One-on-one conversations with these leaders, talking to them on a human level. The president is charming in these settings, and that offers the opportunity for some success.
A ballistic missile fired by the Houthi rebels in Yemen might have hit King David International Airport near Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, a few hours ago, but correspondent Tom Lister tells us Saudi Arabia shot it down.
A massive detonation over the city, and that was the sound of Patriot missiles taking out a medium-range ballistic missile.
A Kentucky man is under arrest for assaulting Senator Rand Paul. 59-year-old Renee Boucher facing fourth-degree assault charges after assaulting Paul at his home there, the senator receiving some minor injuries. An undocumented 10-year-old girl with cerebral palsy detained last month by U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents after they found her in a hospital where she was having emergency surgery. Well, she's been reunited with her family. Texas Congressman Joaquin Castro, though, says it's unclear if she'll avoid deportation under President Trump's immigration policies.
His scorched earth determination to try to take out everybody from this country. This girl is not a dangerous criminal. She didn't pose any threat to anyone in society. For God's sake, she'd been here since she was 3 months old.
Snow is falling in the Sierra Nevada, and the far north is seeing a few inches of rain as a storm sweeps through California, but the fire-ravaged wine country is mostly dry. Even so, fire crews have been setting up berms and removing debris to prevent mudslides. I'm Michael Toscano.
6:02 on 105.9 FM and AM 630 Washington's Mall, WMAL. I'm Jim Bartow. Authorities say an armed robbery suspect was killed when he was struck by an unmarked police car during a chase in suburban Washington. Montgomery County Police said Friday that 4 other suspects had also been arrested. Local media reported that the suspects fled in a van from an armed robbery of a check-cashing business. During a pursuit on the Beltway, police spokesman Captain Paul Stark says one occupant exited the vehicle and was hit. He died at the scene. Maryland State Police are investigating the chase, which continued into Prince George's County. Stark says the suspects may have been involved in previous robberies in Montgomery County. He says multiple firearms were recovered from the van. Maryland State Police say someone used a BB or pellet gun to shoot at vehicles on an interstate in Montgomery County. Police said in a statement today that no one was injured, but 5 vehicles traveling on Interstate 270 sustained a variety of damage. The statement says police started getting reports from drivers that their windows had been shot out around 8 p.m. Friday. According to police, 4 passenger vehicles and 1 Montgomery County bus were hit. All damage was to the driver's side of the vehicles. No suspects have been identified. Anyone who may have seen a suspicious person, persons, or vehicle is asked to contact Maryland State Police. WMAL traffic and weather from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center. Checking the roads. In Tacoma, the water main break on University Boulevard eastbound at Carroll Avenue has all lanes blocked, so avoid the area. In Lorton on 95 southbound, before Lorton Road, we have an accident there that has been cleared. In Temple Hills, watch out for a crash on Branch Avenue southbound at Beach Road. And in Ashburn, we've got a collision on Ashburn Village Boulevard at Shellhorn Road. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast. The rain continues, also some patchy fog and drizzle, the low at about 52. Areas of drizzle and still a chance of rain on Sunday. Patchy fog before 1 p.m., otherwise cloudy skies, and the high near 66. And it looks like rain through Wednesday. Right now it's 55 in Germantown, 58 in Dumfries, and 59 at Reagan National Airport. I'm Jim Bartow on 105.9 FM and AM 630 Washington's Mall, WMAL.
Solve the Redskins riddle to win tickets to a game this season at FedEx Field from WMAL, proud Redskins radio network affiliate. Here's the first clue. This Skins player hails from North Carolina and attended Duke. See the rest of the clues at WMAL.com/Redskins. Guess the correct Redskins player and you'll be entered to win tickets to see the Redskins take on the Minnesota Vikings. And hear every Redskins game right here on 105.9 FM and AM 630 WMAL.
War, poverty, and disaster have left millions of children around the world orphaned, abandoned, alone. When their parents can't be there, SOS Children's Villages is there. SOS Children's Villages is the world's largest nonprofit for orphan and abandoned children. In 134 countries, including the U.S., they provide vulnerable children with a loving and stable family, medical care, and an education. Children in crisis are counting on you. To make a difference in the life of a child, go to sos-usa.org.
At our home, winter nights are complicated. Either I end up freezing,
or I'm sweating.
Hi, I'm Missy Tannen.
And I'm Scott Tannen, founders of Boll & Branch, the world's most comfortable sheets.
And now, we've created the world's first luxury flannel bedding, available for a limited time at bollandbranch.com. Try them risk-free for 30 nights.
Go to bollandbranch.com today for $50 off your first set, plus free shipping with promo code SLEEP. Spelled B-O-L-L and branch.com. Promo code SLEEP.
Where Washington comes to talk. 105.9 FM and AM 630.
WMAL. Sweet dreams, folks. Because if you are one of those evil millionaires, it looks like the Republicans, yes, I said the Republicans, will be punishing you because you're making too much money. Welcome back, Steve Malzberg. Final hour of this Saturday extravaganza here on WMAL. 888-630-WMAL, 888-630-9625. I've been doing a lot of speaking about this tax plan. And, you know, it's got some good in it, and it's got some not so good in it. I happen to live in a blue state that has very high property taxes and local taxes. And with the SALT deduction going away, that's the state and local tax, with the exception of the property tax, which you can deduct now, it'll be up to $10,000. Now, this is all an initial proposal. The Senate will have to vote on their own tax bill, and then they'll have to reconcile and come to a decision on, you know, however it goes. But, so there's a lot. I have a lot of problems. Student loan interest going away as a deduction, medical deductions being affected, moving expenses if you're taking a job out of state going away or being affected. Lots of things going away. Lots of things that people have come to accept and rely on. If you have an accountant do your taxes, you can't deduct that cost anymore. Lots of stuff going away. But this is really what bothers me. Now, I should say on the corporate side, it's great. On the corporate side, going from 35 to 20%, the corporate rate, deductibility, immediate deductibility of all new purchases of equipment. You could bring money back from overseas, from the shores, and pay a one-time 12% penalty in 8 installments. So that's going to bring a lot of money into the economy. They anticipate the money trickles down to the workers, and the average American family will get $4,000 gain from the corporate side of the cuts. And the standard deduction on the individual side, the personal side, it's doubled. So there's some good and there's some bad. But I'll never understand this. I'm sorry. We now learn that while we've been told by Ryan and Brady, and I like Brady. I've met Brady. I've asked Brady a question about the whole tax deal a few months ago. I like him, and no one knows more than Chairman Brady, Chairman of the House Ways and Means, when it comes to taxes and the tax code. No one. But why are they hiding this extra bracket? This extra bracket that effectively creates a bracket of 45% for people who earn more than $1 million in taxable income. An extra 6% on the next $200,000 that they earn. And it's a new tax bracket of 45.6%. Why? That's not going to bring in enough revenue to do anything. And it's not going to make, sorry, Republicans, it's not going to make the media say, oh, boy, look what the good Republicans are doing against those evil rich people. It's not going to make the Democrats say that. It's not going to make the media say that. They're not even going to bring it up. And you apparently aren't going to bring it up either. So what's the deal? How is this a Republican principle? How is this a conservative principle? Punishing the wealthy. When the whole concept has always been the wealthy create jobs. I don't understand this. I don't get this. And it's not as if Paul Ryan or Brady, when they went to the microphones on Friday, or Thursday, I believe, talked about this. It was found. And today there's a story about it at Politico, at The Agenda, by Danny Vinnick. If you're rich enough, some of your income is taxed at a rate unseen since the 80s. I don't get it. And it bothers the heck out of me. So, thanks to a quirky proposed surcharge, if you earn more than $1 million in taxable income, it triggers a 6% tax on the next $200,000 that you earn. Now, the Republicans are advertising that their plan just has a top rate of 39.6%. Our buddy Stephen Moore, who we had on with us last week at this time, said the surcharge was news to him. I was just in a briefing with the White House on this. He said they didn't mention it. It seems kind of bizarre to me. Of course it's bizarre. The new rate stems from a provision in the bill intended to help the government recover from the very wealthy some of the benefits that lower income taxpayers enjoy. So all individuals, no matter whether they earn $35,000, $150,000, or $10 million, we all pay the lowest rate, 12% on the first $45,000. That's a normal feature of current American tax law. But in the new plan, the Republicans want to claw back some of that benefit for individuals who earn more than $1 million, or couples earning more than 1.2. Now, how is that fair? This tax kicks in, this higher rate kicks in for individuals at $1 million and for couples at $1.2 million. That makes sense? So after the first million, and I understand not a lot of us are affected by this. I understand that. It's not the point. After the first million in taxable income, the government would impose a 6% surcharge on every dollar earned until it made up for the tax benefit that the rich receive from the low rate. So in other words, the benefit you're getting from the 12% rate, they're going to do away with that by charging you for the money you make that's over $1 million. It's crazy. And then the rate drops back to 39.6. It's called sometimes a bubble tax, Politico says, because the marginal tax rate effectively bubbles up for a brief period, which I guess is the $200,000, and then it goes back down to a lower level. They say it could raise more than $50 billion over a decade. That's $5 billion a year. A lot of money, right? Not in the scheme of things, it's not. It's a drop in a bucket. So why go there? Why do that? So 438,000 tax filers had more than $1 million in taxable income in 2015. Most of them make more than $1.2 million. So they would pay the full additional $12,420 in the bubble tax. And the spokesman for the House Ways and Means Committee did not dispute the math, but characterized the bubble as the phase out of a tax benefit. I don't care what they call it. So I don't get it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And the way they're going about it in this underhanded, silent way, it just speaks to who the Republican leadership is. It's disgusting. And I just don't get it. I'd like to say I'm shocked. I'm surprised that Brady's going along with this, but this stinks of Ryan and McConnell, and I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Have you guys and women out there, have you done any studying about the tax proposal at all, and how it would affect you? What deductions you might lose, and the new brackets, the fewer brackets, the new rates, the corporate breaks, which I think are really good, even for small business. Bigger breaks, you wouldn't pay the top rate. You'd pay 25% if you have a small business, not 39.6. So there's some good stuff in there. But a lot of Republicans from blue states, I know Peter King and Lee Zeldin from New York State, have already said there are probably no votes because of the SALT, the state and local tax. And don't forget, when the budget passed in the House, they did not have, I think they had 20 or 21 Republicans voted no, and it still got through. So they'll probably have that number or a few less voting no. So I think this will pass. But I'm very upset. From a political, from a doctrine point of view, why are you penalizing people who make just over $1 million? I don't understand that. Again, Republicans are dying to be liked. Republicans are dying to get praise from their opponents, from the Democrats, from the media. And if I've told them once, I've told them 1,000,000 times, it will never, ever happen. It just won't happen. You could partner with them on quote-unquote gun control. You could go and get to the floor and you could all vote for background checks. And then Schumer will come back and say, well, the Republicans wouldn't go for limiting the size of the magazines, and they wouldn't go for this, and they wouldn't go for that. So we're still not happy. They'll never give Republicans credit for going any way in a compromise. Never. And Republicans don't understand that. They don't get that. They just don't get it. They just want to be liked. And this is a big mistake, philosophically speaking. It just doesn't fit. It's unheard of. In over 30 years, nobody's paid that rate. So I'm very unhappy with that. Get that feeling? Good, because it's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. I'm sorry. I just wish I could snap my fingers and we could have new leadership. I just wish I could snap my fingers and we could have people in leadership in the Republican Party who want this president to succeed, who are true conservatives, who are true Republicans. Unfortunately, what Donald Trump is up against, and this is what makes what he's done so far so amazing. This is what makes the success he's had so far so amazing. This is what makes even this tax plan, which will pass, I believe, that fact so amazing, is that I believe a majority of Republicans and almost all of the leadership in the House and the Senate want to see Donald Trump fail. Definitely want him out of there in 3 years from now. I can't believe I'm saying 3 years. It's November, and wouldn't mind if he could somehow be impeached while the Republicans still maybe they're secretly hoping that Mueller comes out with something that the Republicans themselves feel they would just have to go to him and say either resign or you're getting impeached. Don't kid yourself. It's who most of them are. It really is. The establishment is the establishment. And now I see that George H.W. Bush is ripping Trump. He pals around with Bill Clinton. They love each other. It's like father and son. It's like another Bush brother, Bill Clinton. He's so great. He respected the office. He brought dignity to the country. They just can't handle Trump. Well, it's almost understandable when it comes to the Bushes, because look what Trump did to Jeb. Unfortunately for Jeb, he exposed Jeb for what Jeb is. Jeb couldn't fight back. Jeb got flustered. Jeb couldn't handle it. You don't want someone like that as president. Anyway, so that's where we are. Okay, 888-630-WMAL, 888-630-9625. Steve Malzberg with you. When we come back, we'll take some of your calls, and I want you to hear Keith Olbermann. I want you to hear from MSNBC's terror analyst. I want you to hear from this guy, Richard Painter. You ever hear of Richard Painter? Big Republican, worked in the Bush administration, George W. Bush. As the ethics guy, hates Trump with a passion. And we also have April Ryan, who asked Sarah Huckabee Sanders a question that you're not going to believe. It's all straight ahead, 888-630-WMAL.
Thompson Creek Window Company has smart ways to save. Replace your old windows with new, energy-efficient Thompson Creek windows. Your home will be more comfortable this winter, and you'll save on heating bills. Mary Walter here, and you'll save even more when you buy 3 windows, get 1 free with 0 interest financing until 2019. Visit ThompsonCreek.com for details. Windows built specifically for our climate, just for your home, in their own local factory and professionally installed by experts. Thompson Creek windows are custom designed for your home. Thompson Creek Window Company has over 37 years' experience manufacturing superior windows in their local factory with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Right now is the best time to replace your windows. Trust your home to Thompson Creek. Call 855-57-CREEK. That's 855-57-CREEK now to take advantage of the November sale from Thompson Creek Window Company. It's a sweet deal.
Home, sweet Thompson Creek.
Okay, from the start.
The acerola cherry.
Alfalfa leaf, aloe vera, apples, asparagus, banana.
Beets, bell pepper, broccoli. Blueberries, blackberries, cranberry.
I make my Texas superfood from 55 raw, vine-ripened fruits and vegetables.
Mangosteen.
Pineapple, sweet potato.
Papaya, parsley, peach.
You can see all 55 on TexasSuperfood.com.
Raspberry, spinach, all of the nutrients that we need on a daily basis.
You know, it's been barely a week, and already my skin is better.
I lost 60 pounds.
I mean, that's huge.
Since I've been on superfood, I haven't been sick.
I'm Dennis Black here in Dallas, Texas. Wouldn't you rather be healthy, energetic, and fit?
It's borderline shocking how much energy I have.
Join us on TexasSuperfood.com.
TexasSuperfood.com.
Or call 877-55-TEXAS. That's 877-55-TEXAS. 877-55-TEXAS. Or
TexasSuperfood.com.
There's a lot happening every day in your neighborhood and around the world. That's why you watch ABC7's Good Morning Washington every day to find out what's new, what's now, and what's happening next. We're there for you minute by minute with breaking news, updates, and special alerts. Plus traffic and weather every 10 minutes to help you prepare and plan your day ahead. Weekdays starting at 4:25 on ABC7's Good Morning Washington, where good mornings start. 7 on your side. 4 little words that pack a big punch.
Can you get that camera out of my face?
That hold government officials accountable.
Heads will roll.
7 on your side.
Excuse me.
Alerts you to scams and protects you from rip-offs.
What about her car?
7 on your side spells bad news for the bad guys. When you have a problem that won't go away.
If I hadn't called 7 on your side, I would have still been waiting for answers.
Turn to ABC 7 News and just say the words, 7 on your side.
Hey, it's Larry O'Connor, and you've heard me talk about my realtors, Sarah and Debbie Reynolds of the Reynolds team with Keller Williams, and how they've helped thousands of families sell their homes all across this area. I want to tell you about a seller I know who didn't call Sarah and Debbie, and now this seller is regretting that their house didn't sell for almost a year after being listed with another realtor. They should have called Sarah and Debbie. I told them, selling your home is a big deal, and you need pros like Sarah and Debbie. It's a fact. Sarah and Debbie's proprietary systems that no other agent has access to is proven to get home sellers more money and sell homes faster than anything known in the real estate industry. Get this, Sarah and Debbie are so confident that if your home doesn't sell, they'll buy it at a price acceptable to you, guaranteed. It's never too late to give Sarah and Debbie a call. Call 844-344-SOLD. That's 844-344-SOLD. And remember, Debbie has the buyers. That's right, Debbie has the buyers. Call today, 844-344-SOLD.
The Larry O'Connor Show, now weekdays 3 to 6 on Washington's Mall, WMAL, where Washington comes to talk.
Yes, indeed, and Larry Kudlow, no relation, will be joining us all at 7 tonight, which is, just about 35 minutes away. I'm Steve Malsberg. We continue on until 7 o'clock, 888-630-WMAL. 888-630-9625. Let's go to David in Virginia. Hello, David.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. I've got an interesting idea, perspective, whatever you want to call it. You can't quite figure out why the Democrats act like they do, why the Republicans act like they do. Well, real quick, the Democrats are the children. I remember years ago my father saying, the adults are back in the House when the Republicans won. So real quick, the Democrats and the Republicans, blah, blah. The Democrats are like children, literally. Anytime they're caught doing something, the first thing they do is point at their brother, sister, sibling, blah, blah, someone across the street. In modern day time now, the Republicans are acting like they're adults. Oh, I don't want little Johnny, blah, blah, to not love me, to not accept me. So, well, it was okay what he did there, blah, blah. So is that making any sense at all? And it's like the Republicans are acting like the adults and the Democrats are acting like the children. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
The news media is part of it. They're children. When they get caught with their hand in the candy jar, oh, well, so-and-so told me that I could get some. I mean,
they ignore, right, when their own are outed for, colluding, if you will, with the Democrats against the Republicans, they ignore them. When Gloria Borger writes in an email to Podesta or someone up there on the chain, I'm just back from a week in GOP hell, and when Glenn Thrush, was it Glenn Thrush? I don't want to say, I forget already, who writes, I'm a hack to Podesta, don't tell anybody, all this kind of stuff. They just don't say anything. It doesn't matter. But this stuff, David, this revelation about the nomination being fixed for Hillary against Bernie Sanders, how ironic. How ironic that all they do is scream that the election was somehow fixed for Trump because of Russia, which is the most ludicrous thing you could say. They didn't affect anybody vote. They didn't affect Wisconsin. They didn't affect Pennsylvania. Hillary blew the election. But yet we now know that the whole nominating process was fixed for Hillary, and nobody cares. Not the media, not the Democrats, not the DNC, nobody.
I couldn't agree more. It's embarrassing. Not too many years ago, actually, maybe just a few, but I remember someone that was in my family that mentioned that the Clintons were, this is my opinion, my family, white trash, and they literally are. They literally are.
I don't know about white trash. I don't like to use terms like that because I don't even know what that. I don't even know what that means. Are they? Do I believe they're corrupt to the core? Absolutely. Absolutely. Would they stop at nothing? Absolutely. But exactly anyway, right. Hey, so David, thank you very much for the call. Let's go to Don, who's in Bethesda, who wants to talk a little tax plan. Hello, Don.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, the thing about this tax deal, I was listening to MAL on Friday. It had a CPA call in from California, and he was talking about the bottom line numbers. You can slice it up any way you want about the deductions and all that. But the thing that struck me was in the bill, we're going to pay out $950 billion in tax breaks. But over the same period, the net return is going to be $1.5 trillion. Any way you break it down, that's a $600 billion increase, or almost 60%. How do they justify this?
How do they justify? So what you're talking about, that the CPA, and I'm sorry I did not hear that segment of that show, but that CPA. So these are based on the hard numbers, based on deductions that'll go away, et cetera, or are they including the projection of the GPA, gross national product, the GP, not GPA.
According to what he was saying,
help me out here.
Amount of tax relief that the government is giving up to the American citizens is going to be roughly $950 billion.
No, I understand that, but does that take into consideration, again, the projection of the corporate cuts and how that will bring money into the economy, or the money coming back from overseas, or is that stimulating the economy and getting the numbers up, or is that just hard numbers in the plan based on deductions that go away and rates that go up, et cetera?
According to the way he was reading it off of the bill itself, that includes everything.
Yeah, growth was what I'm trying to say. Growth, are we?
That they're going
so that includes growth. That includes the projection of growth of 3% or maybe 4% and all that. So you're saying, how could they justify bringing in more money than they're cutting?
Well, the way I was understanding it is $950 billion is going to be given out in tax relief to everybody, but the revenue produced to the government over the same period of time is going to be $1.5 trillion.
So that's a surplus.
That's a surplus of tax by nearly 60%, and I believe it's going to be because of all the deductions that are going to be lost and all the increase and the rest of the taxes that they're going to collect from the hidden billionaires or millionaires tax.
Okay, well, Don, we're going on numbers here that I didn't hear discussed, and I'm not sure if this CPA, first of all, if he's correct, I don't know, and secondly, don't forget they're saying that this is a $4 trillion, $1.5 trillion over 10 years. So I don't know that they have an exact number of how much it'll bring in. But again, projections of how much will be brought in, you always have the wild card of economic growth, which will bring more money into the Treasury. So there's no way to hard predict that. But I do thank you, Don, for the input. It's a tax plan that, like I said, a lot of people have a lot of different problems with, and I guess the saying goes that if enough people are unhappy that it's a good, you shouldn't let the good get in the shouldn't let perfect get in the way of the very good. All those kinds of statements, and I tend to agree with that. I don't like conceptually, though. I don't understand. I mean, they left the 401k alone, but I do not understand that new bracket on the money over, the bubble over $1 million. I do not understand that line of thinking because it goes against all the orthodoxy of Republicans and conservatives and fiscal concerns. It just doesn't make sense. I could see that coming from the Democrats. I cannot see that coming from the Republicans. And again, they'll get no credit, quote unquote, for doing this, for socking it to the rich. They'll get no credit from Democrats or the media. So if that's why they're doing it, they're making a big, big miscalculation. Okay. We will come back, and when we do, I want you to hear what April Ryan asked Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and I want you to hear what Keith Olbermann has said about Donald Trump, and what Malcolm Nance, the MSNBC terror analyst, has said about the attack in New York, the terror attack. And it just goes on and on and on. And I want to hear from you as we talk about it all right here on WMAL.
Attention, this is an investor notice. Are you interested in making some extra cash buying real estate tax liens? Then listen to this. The Government Tax Lien Network is offering a free tax lien kit, which contains 2 DVDs and a step-by-step report that'll show you how to earn guaranteed returns between 15 and 35% yearly, which is completely secured by the government. They'll even show you how to do this inside your own retirement accounts. So if you're looking to become a real estate investor without risk, then call 1-800-613-8830 now to get your free tax lien kit. Then get ready to buy tax liens for pennies on the dollar and buy houses for as low as $500, all from your home with little or no money, working only 5 to 10 hours per week. Call 800-613-8830 right now to get your free tax lien kit, plus 2 free tickets to a live training event and a free $20 Visa gift card just for attending. Call 800-613-8830. That's 800-613-8830 for your free tax lien kit now. Individual results may vary.
At Advance Auto Parts, we offer you the quality parts you want and knowledge you need. And we're always looking for ways to help you save. For a limited time, quarts of Castrol GTX conventional motor oil are just $3.49. Plus, choose from a full line of filters to go with your oil change. Only at Advance or participating CarQuest Auto Parts stores. Advance Auto Parts, where oil is priced like it should be. See store for details, valid now through November 29th.
Are you single, looking to meet someone, but just too busy? Don't worry about it. Miracles happen every day. Say, I once heard about a man who met the love of his life while he was flying on an airplane. Why, that could be you too. There you are, on your way to Dubuque for business, when you're suddenly upgraded to first class and seated next to an attractive brunette who smells faintly of vanilla. She's reading the same Swedish crime novel you are, so you strike up a conversation. As it turns out, you both have exactly the same playlist on your MP3 device. By the end of the flight, you're engaged. Oh, yes, and later that day, you also happen to win the lottery. Or you could call the dating experts at It's Just Lunch. It's Just Lunch doesn't rely on chance. They use a proven personal approach to get you out on some real dates for some real fun, real fast. And that could actually change your life, for real. It's Just Lunch, the smarter way to date.
Call or text 202-466-6699 or visit itsjustlunchdc.com. Call today and be dating tomorrow.
Autumn's in full swing and the leaves are everywhere. Have you cleaned out your gutters yet? It's a messy, dangerous job that's easy to put off, right? Hey, it's Chris Plant here for the LeafGuard gutter system, the only one-piece covered gutter system on the market today. It's perfectly engineered to let water in and keep leaves and debris out, and best of all, LeafGuard comes with a lifetime no-clog warranty. If they ever do clog, LeafGuard will unclog them for free. I've seen firsthand how LeafGuard works, and it's an amazing product. When you put it on your home, you'll never, ever have to climb a ladder to clean your gutters again. Right now, get a $99 installation and a 40-inch smart TV with your whole home gutter purchase. Set up your in-home estimate today, and they'll also throw in a $25 gas card with your free estimate. No purchase necessary. Call 703-291-3114. That's 703-291-3114. Or visit them online at beldondc.com. That's BELDON-DC.com.
At our home, winter nights are complicated. Either I end up freezing,
or I'm sweating.
Hi, I'm Missy Tannen.
And I'm Scott Tannen, founders of Boll & Branch, the world's most comfortable sheets.
And now, we've created the world's first luxury flannel bedding, available for a limited time at bollandbranch.com. Try them risk-free for 30 nights.
Go to bollandbranch.com today for $50 off your first set, plus free shipping with promo code SLEEP. Spelled B-O-L-L and branch.com. Promo code SLEEP.
News on the hour, every day on Washington's Mall, WMAL, where Washington comes to talk.
Last question. Compromise, the issue of compromise. What is the definition of compromise as it relates to slavery and the Civil War?
Look, I'm not going to get in and relitigate the Civil War. It's like I told you yesterday. I think I've addressed the concerns that a lot of people had and the questions that you had, and I'm not going to relitigate history here.
When you left. So, and I'm going to ask the question again.
Why don't you ask it in the way that you're apparently accusing me of being?
I'm not accusing. I'm asking the question, Sarah, seriously. The question is, does this administration does this president believe slavery was wrong?
I think it is disgusting and absurd to suggest that anyone inside of this building would support slavery.
Yeah, you heard it. I told you you're not going to believe it. And good for Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Good for her. How does the president feel about slavery? Folks, as I welcome you back to WMAL, Steve Malzberg, live on Saturday. We're here until 7 o'clock, at which time it will be the turn of one Larry Kudlow to take over the microphone. Can you believe that? Of course you can, with everything else that we've heard from this cockamamie media. But April Ryan, who's African-American, for those of you who don't know, who's also, I think, a contributor to CNN, for those of you who don't know. And I'm just of the opinion that since she's been on CNN, she has really felt freer to go after this administration and this president in every which way. That's just my opinion from watching her over the years and watching her, hearing her over the years and watching her on CNN now. Because in that CNN atmosphere, that's what I believe you're encouraged to do, or at least certainly you fit in if you do it. So, she takes that into the press room and then asks, basically, does the president think slavery is okay? It's like, what? What is it? Is this all really from Trump derangement syndrome? It's got to be, right? It's got to be. These aren't journalists asking journalistic questions. I mean, my goodness. How do you even defend something like that? How do you explain something like that? Now I know that it was in a certain context, talking about compromise and different things and the civil. I understand that, but my gosh. Sarah Huckabee had it exactly right. It's disgusting to insinuate that anyone in that White House would have anything but condemnation of slavery. Just outrageous. And by the way, I don't know if we haven't mentioned this, that Senator Rand Paul was assaulted at his home in Kentucky, reportedly by a neighbor, while he was mowing his lawn on Friday afternoon. An irate neighbor. Well, you would have to think he's at least irate. In Bowling Green, Kentucky State Police arrested the senator's assailant, identified as Rene Boucher, 59, for intentionally assaulting Paul at his home, causing minor injury. He was arrested and charged with one count of fourth-degree assault, minor injury. He was taken to a nearby detention center. He's being held on $5,000 bail. A witness said senator was mowing his lawn around 3 p.m. on Friday when he was assaulted. The neighbor also confirmed that the two share a corner adjacent to their homes and have been embroiled in an ongoing feud. Wow, he was blindsided. Paul was blindsided. And voting records show that Boucher is a registered Democrat, according to the Daily Caller. A person with his name is also working as an anesthesiologist in Bowling Green. And the Daily News reported that he was awarded a 2003 patent for a pain relief product, which I will not give you the name of, which was sold on QVC in 2005. A Facebook account that is alleged to be maintained by Boucher, according to Fox News, was found to contain multiple anti-Trump postings. So let's turn this around. I won't name a senator because I'm not out to incite anybody, because this is wrong and you never, ever, 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 ever should touch anybody else. But let's say a Democrat senator was attacked while mowing his lawn in front of his own home by a registered Republican neighbor who had pro-Trump postings on his Facebook page. Do you think this would be leading CNN and ABC and NBC and every other newscast? Oh, I do. Oh, I do. But it's only a Republican. A Republican attacked by, reportedly, allegedly, a registered Democrat who hates Trump. So why even bring it up, right, media? Put it in the bin with Hillary and the dossier. Put it in the bin with Hillary and Uranium One. Put it in the bin with Hillary and the DNC, according to Donna Brazil. Fixing the whole thing. Yeah, throw it away. Nobody cares. It's not news. Yep. Okay, so, gee, I wonder if April Ryan's going to be asking, doing an investigation into this. Okay, so then there's Keith Olbermann. I've had, when I say problems, I don't know him, but I've had problems with his commentaries and his, he is in my opinion, as vulgar and outrageous and disrespectful and, just way, way, way out of line and over the top. And he does his video, his rant stuff. I believe it's on GQ, the website of GQ. Victoria, could you go to GQ.com or Keith Olbermann's video podcast and see? I'm pretty sure it's on the GQ website, GQ TV or some such thing. And like GQ TV, I'm pretty sure. I don't want to be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure that it's all like fashion stuff, except for Keith Olbermann. Keith Olbermann has this stuff up there, and I don't care, except that how could someone who says what Keith Olbermann says and writes what Keith Olbermann writes, how could a company carry it? I just don't get it. GQ's entertainment section. There's Keith Olbermann. And he has said the most vicious, vulgar, disgusting things about Donald Trump, George W. Bush, who he now claims he owes an apology to. So he's on The View, okay, and here we go again. We played you some Meghan McCain being shut up earlier by Sonny Hostin on The View. And so now we have Keith Olbermann. Get a load of cut 12.
A lot of people are, of course, frustrated by Trump's reaction to the terror attack here in New York. But you said recently via tweet that Trump and his family have done more damage to America than bin Laden and ISIS combined.
Yes.
Do you believe that?
Yeah, we did really well after 9/11. I don't think the country has given itself enough credit for what we did not do after 9/11. We did not restrict all of the freedoms in this country. We did not single out people. We did not destroy the
2,000
fabric.
people died on 9/11.
Yes.
I mean, the comparison is absurd.
Well, do you mean the time
Well,
after?
but more people died in the Iraq War than died in 9/11, and we didn't need to be there.
Okay. All right. So I don't even know what to say. I really don't even know. I don't even know what to say. Meghan McCain is absolutely right. The comparison, the analogy, whatever you want to call it, is absurd. And then he switches to the Iraq War. Then he switches to the Iraq War, comparing it to 9/11. It is, the whole thing is bizarre, crazy. So Trump has killed more people, has been worse for America than Osama bin Laden, who killed over 3,000 people in the United States. Anybody want to explain that to me? You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. So Meghan McCain pursues, and here is cut 13.
You think that bin Laden did less to damage America than President Trump?
Yes.
Can I tell you something? When I hear rhetoric like that, I think Whoopi and I are in agreement that we want Americans to come together. And rhetoric like that is so damaging. And by the way, my brother fought in the Iraq War and deployed numerous times. So before we start tit-for-tatting, there's a lot of service in my family.
Yes.
So I don't understand when you're saying things like that. Bin Laden was dedicated to the destruction of everything that we hold dear in our freedom. So when you
Perhaps
compare
some people
it to
think
that,
Trump is dedicated to the destruction.
I believe I'm
of
asking
things
the question.
to
I believe I'm asking
treatment.
Keith.
Well, actually, it was my question.
So there's snotty Sonny Hostin sticking her nose in to this conversation between Meghan McCain and Keith Olbermann, when Meghan McCain says Osama bin Laden was dedicated to the destruction of everything this country stands for. She says Donald Trump is dedicated to everything. So Sonny Hostin's on board with this ludicrous, insane claim that Donald Trump is worse or just as bad or worse for America than Osama bin Laden, or has done more damage than Osama bin Laden to America. Crazy. Just crazy. You have to be out of your mind, in my opinion, to say something like that. You have to be so full of hate and blinded by hate to say something like that. To put Osama bin Laden, well, look, they've already called him a Nazi. They've called him Hitler. They've called him a Stalinist. They've called him every name in the book that you could. They've associated him with every dictatorial thug in history. So I guess it was only a matter of time before some nut, like in my opinion, Keith Olbermann comes along and says something nutty like this, right? How long could it have taken? How long? And then Sonny Hostin basically backing him up. Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. Wow. Wow. All right, when we come back, I want you to hear from MSNBC terror analyst Malcolm Nance on the New York City terror attack. And then this guy who's usually on CNN, he was on MSNBC, Richard Painter. He was like in charge of the ethics office under George W. Bush. I don't know that anybody hates Donald Trump more than this guy. So you'll hear, it'll be worth waiting for. Final segment of today's show here on WMAL. Steve Malzberg, don't move.
Attention, D.C. area. I have students making $25,000, $50,000, even $100,000 flipping houses. Now it's your turn. Hi, I'm Nick Vertucci, founder of the NV Real Estate Academy, and I'm giving away my Fortunes and Flipping CD for free to anyone who calls now. I will show you step by step how to flip houses for big profits in just 90 days. Call now and you will also receive 4 VIP tickets to attend my free live Fortunes and Flipping event, where I'm looking for a handful of people in your area area to come join my team. You do not need your own money or good credit. Call right now and learn how to get in, get out, and get paid investing in your future.
Call 1-800-989-3394 to get your free Fortunes and Flipping CD. Call 800-989-3394 now, and you'll also get free VIP tickets to a live training, which includes a meal, an MP3 player, and a flash drive loaded with Nick's new exclusive tax lien investing kit, all free just for attending. Call 800-989-3394, 800-989-3394.
The VMI Honor Code. A cadet will not lie, cheat, steal, nor tolerate those who do. As a VMI cadet, Dr. Ralph Northam led the Honor Court to uphold that code. And Ralph Northam has led his life by it too. As an Army doctor, a pediatrician, and as Lieutenant Governor. Ed Gillespie has lived his life by different standards. Ed Gillespie is a corporate lobbyist selling out to the highest bidder. They call him Enron Ed. And Ed Gillespie has made one false attack after another. Independent voices across Virginia have called Ed Gillespie's attack ads false, fear-mongering, poisonous, and a descent into gutter tactics. The truth? In Richmond, Dr. Northam helped pass longer sentences for gang members and mandatory life sentences for violent sexual predators. Ralph Northam has lived by the VMI Honor Code. Don't tolerate Ed Gillespie's lies.
I'm Ralph Northam, candidate for governor, and this ad was paid for by Northam for Governor.
When the ball game is on the line, emotion can be a good thing. But when it's your retirement on the line, not so much.
You want to take emotions out of your retirement planning decisions.
Abe and Shelley Abish at Abish Financial Services can help you replace the emotion with a strategy.
We try to encourage folks to have a plan that's more grounded in what's going on in their life and in their goals, and not basing anything on the political arena or anything else that they can't really control.
But what is in our control is the decisions we make regarding our specific retirement plans, and so that's what we should really take ownership of.
Isn't it time you took ownership of your future? Call 571-577-9968 for a complimentary Where Do I Stand plan, a second opinion of your retirement risk. That's 571-577-9968. And be sure to check out Abe and Shelley's Retirement Key radio show, Sunday afternoons at 3 here on WMAL.
By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance products, including annuities offered through Abraham Abish, Virginia Insurance License Number 557877.
So you made the decision to sell your home, and now you need to find a real estate agent you can trust to put you first. This is Vince Colonnese, and I recommend you call Frank Prindle & Associates for RE/MAX Allegiance. Frank Prindle, a West Point grad and military vet, uses a system for selling homes that creates more demand and gets homes sold faster and for more money than the average agent. Kurt and Dawn of Alexandria had a rental property they wanted to sell as is. Frank evaluated the home's condition, established a plan, and the home sold within 1 week at $11,000 above list. You see, there is no risk to working with Frank. He will sell your home for a price and a deadline you agree upon, or Frank will buy it guaranteed. That's why, in addition to Frank's satisfied clients, he's been endorsed by Sean Hannity and has the exclusive support of Shark Tank's Barbara Corcoran in Metro D.C. So call the only agent you need when you're ready to sell your home. Call Frank Prindle at 703-399-4538, 703-399-4538, or online at itrustfrank.com. That's itrustfrank.com.
Attention investors, 2017 is the year of Trump, and financial markets are rising at all-time highs. But economic uncertainty may be greater than after any election in our lifetime. And as retirement approaches, there's little time to recover your losses. You need to hedge against uncertainty. That means transferring part of your retirement to physical gold and silver stored where you can actually hold it in your hand and get it fast in any disaster. It's a perfect time to buy. Prices are low and expected to climb. Make Augusta Precious Metals your personal gold and silver provider. Augusta cares for your financial position and helps you make good decisions. And they're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. Get Augusta's free gold and silver IRA guide. What you learned could help you weather any economic storm. There's no obligation. Just call toll-free 888-852-4788. That's 888-852-4788. 888-852-4788. Trust Augusta. Protect your retirement today.
If you had any idea how absolutely insane the stock market is.
Unconventional wisdom is sweeping the nation. And you're next. The Del Walmsley Show, Sundays at 2 on WMAL.
Mark Levin, weeknights from 6 to 9 on Washington's Mall, WMAL, where Washington comes to talk.
It is evil, and what it is you are seeing the physical manifestation of a cult
ideology. And what you're seeing is not Islam whatsoever. None of this is condoned, including the, sacrificing and getting yourself killed at the end of a terrorist attack. None of that is Islamic. It's anti-Islamic. And what you're seeing is these people have created a belief system in which mass murder, as we saw in 9/11 and as we've seen all throughout the Middle East, they kill more Muslims than anyone else, where mass murder is their act of worship. And that's just cultism.
All right. That is MSNBC terrorism analyst Malcolm Nance talking about the, terrorism and the New York City terrorist attack. I love these people who say it's not Islam. When people practice Islam and say that this is part of their belief in Islam, who are we to say it's not their belief in Islam? That's how they interpret the Quran. That's how they interpret their religion. Yet people like Malcolm Nance, who I don't think is a Muslim, tells us, no, they're not. No, it's not. They're wrong. Well, in their minds, they're right, and that's all it takes. He also said this.
Even Christians, we've seen Catholics in Canada who converted to quote-unquote Islam and then carried out acts of terror. You see them do this, and what you really see is a person who either has a mental defect or who has, some loss and vacuum in their world, and they decide ISIS or Al-Qaeda ideology and those acts will validate them once and for all in their life.
Really? So they converted from Christianity to Islam, he claims. And then they committed terror attacks. But it has nothing to do with Islam. Okay, let's go on to Richard Painter, ethics czar in the G.W. Bush administration. He's now at the University of Minnesota. This guy is as anti-Trump as they come. Get a load of this.
The Russians have been doing this for 100 years, since the 1917 Russian Revolution. And they supported far left-wing communist parties all over the world with some success in some places. And now it's these right-wing nuts and so-called religious conservatives who, they support, and the Ku Klux Klan elements in the United States, and Breitbart News and the rest of it. They've always been doing this, trying to destabilize Western democracies. It's a serious threat to the United States.
All right, Breitbart News, KKK. I don't know if you said KKK in this cut or that's in the next one, which we don't have time to play. I just, you can make a career out of playing back the things that these, in my opinion, lunatics who are so filled with hate and frustration over the fact that Donald Trump won the election. Now I know you're going to say this guy's a Republican. Yeah, an MSNBC CNN Republican. Sorry. Hey, it's been fun. It's been great. It's been a great time. Thanks for all the calls today. I really appreciate that on a Saturday afternoon, early evening. Larry Kudlow is right here, standing just a few feet from me, and he will be taking over. We'll see you next time on WMAL. Don't go away.
WMAL-FM Woodbridge, WMAL Washington. Hear every Redskins game on 105.9 FM and AM 630.
Bij Jumbo ben je altijd minder kwijt voor kwaliteit.
Vertel.
Zo betaal je voor 250 gram Chroma bak en braad maar 1,29.
Ja?
En kost de lekkerste Jumbo halfvolle chocolademelk maar 79 cent voor 1 liter.
Oh, en brood?
Een vers gebakken wit stokbrood voor maar 89 cent.
In de aanbieding?
Nee, altijd laag.
Oh.
En dat geldt voor al je dagelijkse boodschappen. Altijd voor een lage prijs. Check ze op jumbo.com.